Following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports. Radio Plus Sports.
Barfnet there for the rebound. Crossover with the right hand. Throws it up for Johnson. Johnson spinning his way inside the paint with the elbow up and in. Bounce with the right hand. Hands off. Here comes Morgan. Dumps it. Good pass down low. Got it. For the Spartans, Ava Engel for Aubrey Leonard. Leonard, duel. Dumps it down low. Madigan. And the hoop and the harm. Looks for Barfnet. Long clutch three. Got it. Lindsay pushes tempo near side. Looking for Shea in the corner. Now takes it. Now flips it. Shea, three. Bucket. Zimmerman. He'll try the right side with 7:10 left to play. Nobody steps out. And Mr. Blank says, why not?
Edward Jones Representatives in Fond du Lac, Integrity Saw and Tool, Our Chiropractic, Fondy Family Dental, Baker Cheese.
Right Way Home Improvement, Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell,
Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal, Oil and Propane, Pioneer Pit Stop, Marco Tax Service,
Pizza Ranch, the National Exchange Bank and Trust, Marine Park Technical College, Silica for your home.
Rademan Stone and Landscape, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Homes, Everson Law Office, Bob's Pizza,
Airtech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Camera Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Hopper's Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, New Medical Center, Muthig Industries, Pino Construction,
Len's Truck Center, Fox Valley Savings, American Family Insurance Agent Brad Tagliapietra, BCI Burke, Marian University, Into the Woods Wellness, Smith Builders.
Today's game is also presented by International Paper and Will Sport. Lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Well, good Thursday evening to you. Glad to have you along here on RadioPlus.com. Jordan King with you. And it should be a good one here tonight as we open flyway play between the St. Mary Springs Ledgers. They host it here at Hutter Gymnasium here on the campus, beautiful campus of St. Mary Springs. And the Ledgers hosting tonight the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. And I'll tell you what, some years it works out this way where you just have a huge huge conference matchup right away in the season here. Both these teams have only played one game. Now, Springs usually waits a little bit after the maybe not a traditional start date. They didn't play till this Monday, and they took care of Cedar Grove, Belgium. Obviously, Springs plays late into the playoffs in football, and certainly an opportunity for those guys to kind of heal up if there were any nicks and bruises there. And for WLA, they played opening night last Tuesday and then haven't played since. WLA will want to forget about their night. 80-71, they lost up at Berlin. They have a tough three-game road stretch to start this season. They were at Berlin, who's a good team out of that conference, and tonight comes to the three-time defending Flyway Conference champion St. Mary Springs Academy. And then after that, they got to go to Waupun on Saturday. That'll be right here on Radio Plus. The guys will be along with that down in Waupun, and that's a tough Waupun team. Again, out of that same conference with Berlin, and that's a tough conference now down there with Waupun and Plymouth and Kewaskum and Berlin. And we'll see what WLA does and how they're able to navigate this tough three-game stretch to start the season. But so far, 0-1. Springs, we mentioned 1-0, got the win on Monday, 85-60. That was over Cedar Grove, Belgium, out of the Big East over by the lake. And it wasn't perfect, and you'll hear that coming up. We talked with both Coach Nell and with Coach Krieger a couple of minutes ago, and you'll hear that when we have our chat with Coach Krieger. It wasn't perfect. They had 20 turnovers in that first game, but still shot the ball extremely well, 44.2% from the field. Shot 33% from three, which is a decent number for a team to shoot. Not great from the free throw line, but that's a good offensive output considering the fact you turned the ball over 20 times. You lost 20 possessions. So we'll see if Springs can kind of settle that down here as the game gets going, or as this conference season gets going. But, you might expect a little bit of that because Springs doesn't return a whole heck of a lot there. So There you go. JV's going on right now. 53-27 is the score between the two JV's teams, and once we get into varsity, we'll obviously have that following a little bit more closely once we get into the main event. But JV teams getting after it, and Springs has a nice, healthy lead there. We're going to take our first time out of the night. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Appreciate the fine folks over at Integrity Saw and Tool for allowing us to have our pregame show. So we got that going on here. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, and we will continue, and we hear from the coaches. That comes up right after this. Stay with us.
You dream it, we'll fabricate it. At Quest Interiors, we fabricate one-of-a-kind countertops, with most installed by next week and completed in just one day. And because we fabricate our countertops in-house, you can buy direct and save money. Visit our showrooms today in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac to start your transformation. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Winfield Homes is a locally owned custom home building company of over 25 years that prides itself on great service, high quality, and providing the best building experience possible. Owners Jim Boudry and Jason Zellner are there for you every step of the way to ensure that your new home is built just the way you've dreamed it to be. With the same passion that they have for their clients' homes, Jim and Jason are proud supporters of and are personally involved in youth sports programs and are truly committed to their success. Winfield Homes wishes you all the best of luck this season.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether.
Until now. Now there's Fondy Family Dental.
Hey, it's Dr. Chad from Fondy Family Dental. My team makes your visit to the dentist a little more fun. We'll make you smile before, after, and yep, even during your visit. Allow our team to introduce you to our membership plan. It's an alternative to using dental insurance. Fondy Family Dental at the entrance of Lakeside Park, corner of Scott and Main, Fond du Lac, or at fondyfamilydental.com.
That's fondyfamilydental.com.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our fourth generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademans, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademans and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Hi, this is Danny and Heather with AirTech Heating. At AirTech, our motto is honesty, integrity, and quality craftsmanship.
When it comes to your home, you want the person working on your equipment to be upfront and tell you what you need.
But also what you don't need. We deliver whatever it takes service to take care of you. Our technicians are NATE certified, meaning they are the most highly trained in the industry to be servicing your equipment.
If you're stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, call our team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742.
Real estate is something that we are doing together. We're in it together till the end. The best achievement that I can have is when the property successfully closes.
Probably the most rewarding part of my role with Addison Jones and Signature Homes is the ability to take a client from the very beginning stages of building a new home all the way down to the point where we turn the key and move them in and watch their eyes light up as they see the finished product.
Buy it, sell it, build it. That's Addison Jones.
Welcome back here on the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad, his team, they'll make you smile before, after, and yeah, even during your appointment. And first off, talking here with Coach Kyle Krieger. And Coach, we'll start off on a high note. Big win on Monday, and congratulations, number 400 for you on your career. What does that mean to you?
Well, thank you. And, it means a lot. It's not an individual award for me. Yes, I'm the head coach, but, over the course of my 35 years, I've had the honor to coach a lot of great kids in both girls basketball and boys basketball. And, I've always had a good assistance around me as well. So I guess I get the credit, but, I think I do a pretty good job, and I've been doing it a long time. So, it's part of it is quality and part of it is longevity.
Getting back to Monday and this team now. I mean, you graduated a lot last year. That's what everyone's going to talk about, right? All the experience that you guys lost. But this is a program that you look at all three levels last year, a ton of success, and then the guys that contributed last year that are back. You just saw it there with Noah Mowell on Monday with his unbelievable performance, both scoring the basketball and rebounding. What does this year look like? And then how do you assess game one?
Yeah, I explained to the team the next day, it's like, all right, I kind of feel like we went to the transfer portal, right? I mean, because we look different, not only physically, but just the cast of characters. We had pretty much the same team for about 3 years. We returned 2 starters, one being Noah Mowell, who's a double-digit scorer last year, and then John Kuhn, who ironically, I count him as a starter, but he did not start a game last year. But as a sophomore, he started about 6. So everybody on our squad has a different role this year. Even Noah, he's playing more on the perimeter than he did in the past. And I guess I didn't realize it until introductions that, hey, we started 3 juniors and two seniors. So, it's completely different. We're doing a lot of similar things, but we're tweaking some things to fit our personnel. And then, we had a sophomore in his first varsity action come off the bench and score 16. So, you hope that a program can sustain, good quality. We're not trying to compare this year to last year. This is their own team, and they'll have their own identity.
The flyweight, like always, projects to be a tough league, and you guys 3-time defending champs, and certainly the goal is probably going to be to win it yet again. And kind of on the other side of that is WLA, who last year was near the bottom of the conference but returns just a ton. And the only non-senior on the first team last year was Sam Lair. What do you have to do collectively against WLA, but also against Lair to kind of keep him quiet?
Yeah, well, after their first game against Berlin, right, kind of the 3-headed monster, and no one else, I don't think anyone else scored over 4, but all 3 of those guys were 20 and above. Sam Lair, I mean, he's been a 3-year starter. I don't remember if he played as a freshman or not, but, I'm getting old, so I forget that stuff. But he can shoot it from outside. He can drive it. He doesn't get rattled. Then you have Gannon Schwartz, who's lightning quick, shoots it well, and last year he had a really nice year despite being a freshman and a 5'9" or 5'8" freshman. And then Gensler, Noah last year in one of our games, I think it was the one in our gym here, he lit us up for a bunch of points, but we did win the game, so it's difficult when teams have multiple scorers. If you have more than 2 scorers, it's a team effort out there, and the way we play defensively, we'll be switching a lot. So maybe, John Kuhn, will be on Gensler, but there's going to be times when he's on Lair or Schwartz or whoever happens to be on the court. So, we'll work together to try to contain those 3 guys.
Last thing for you, Coach. You guys shot it pretty well in the first game. One of the things that stood out to me was the number of turnovers, and maybe that's a product of a younger team, perhaps. What do you guys have to do? I mean, the defense seems to always be there for you guys. What do you have to do offensively? I mean, you still score 85 points, right? So it's still a good outing. But is that a number you want to see just a touch lower?
Oh, yeah. I think we had 20. Yeah. I think it was. We'll go with 20. Optimistic, right? My number that I always kind of preach to our guys is 12 or fewer. We play a pretty fast game, a high possession game, so naturally they might be a little bit higher. But I also want our turnovers less than 16% as well. And I'll let Huddle figure out how to figure that out. But part of it was, the first 8 to 10 minutes of that game, we were tight. And I think we got called for traveling twice and, just things that guys typically don't do. But when they're in a new role for the first time and maybe they're starting their first varsity game, and then as we got to about the 7 or 6 minute mark, you could tell that we were more in a flow. And the second half we played much better. Now, shooting the ball, I'm not sure. That surprised me how well we shot it as well, especially in the second half. And, this group I wouldn't have thought would be capable of putting 85 points on a game or in a game, in one game, maybe if you'd had two together. But, no, that was a pleasant surprise. And then we spread it out over 11 guys. And I think we had like 6 guys with at least 7 points. And, where WLA has balance with their 3 guys, we might even spread ours out a little bit more. We may not have 3 guys in the 20-point range, but we may have, like last year, we had, 4 guys that averaged, I think, over 11 points. But then again, like I said, we're not comparing us to last year. But typically we spread out our scoring pretty well.
Coach, good luck tonight, and best luck on the flyway season, and tough test here to get it going, right?
All right, yeah, it'll be tough. No one can lose conference tonight, and you can't win it either. So, yeah, it should be, us and WLA, we have a real healthy rivalry, and it's a friendly rivalry, and both teams want to beat the tar out of each other. So, but then we'll smile about it after. So thanks for coming tonight.
There you go. That's Coach Krieger. That's the Fondi Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Back with more after this.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, are you going to come over here?
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tegla Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Add more joy to your holiday season in a new vehicle. Score 4.1% 5-year financing and defer payments on Buick favorites. Get more for your trade and say yes to award-winning hospitality.
We want our guests to feel respected, listened to, and well cared for.
Like they made a great choice. The vibe here is real right. It's relaxed, friendly, and welcoming. I'm Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. We believe in a holistic approach, combining cutting-edge therapies and lifestyle changes that can slow down, stop, or even reverse the progression of your disease to help you live your life to the fullest. Don't let peripheral neuropathy hold you back. Take the first step towards a pain-free life. Call New Medical Center today at 920-324-9899 or visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899. Because you deserve to live without pain.
I would say the best part about our relationship with Bristol Morgan is the fact that they are local and they actually are there when we need them to be. They're very responsive and they do a great job for us, so we keep coming back. I mean, you need a lending partner that's going to be there when you need them. We've had a lot of growth over the last 15 years, and specifically in the last 5. Bristol Morgan has always been here to help us find our way to that next level.
Here at International Paper, I've gotten much more experience than I have elsewhere. I've seen more in the field than I have anywhere else.
I started from the bottom and I've worked my way up. The people's what make it great. Nobody wants to see anybody fail.
You want a job to where you can display your skills, they can be valued, you can move forward based off your own ability and your ability to learn more. That's IP.
Since the beginning,
your curious mind and imagination have guided you, where tools and technology helped you discover the world. At Moraine Park Technical College, you will train on industry-leading machines blended with hands-on learning. World-class instructors will help you shape and design your future in manufacturing. Homegrown, life-ready. Moraine Park Technical College.
Welcome back here to Hutter Gymnasium from the campus of St. Mary's Springs. Getting ready for Springs and WLA here getting going. It's the first game of the Flyway Conference season, and should be a good one here again with two teams that figure to be in the top three. I mean, I think if there were such a thing as a coaches or a media poll, I think you would see Laconia certainly seems to be the favorite. And then obviously looking at the Wisconsin Yearbook as well, where these are the top three teams. Laconia number 1, WLA picked number 2, and Springs picked number 3. And so it'll be interesting to see here tonight. This is the Integrity Saw into a pregame show. You just heard our first edition of the Coach's Smile interview, Fondy Family Dental, and that was Coach Krieger. And talking about Springs as part of the Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report, and got Payne C. Shane and Dr. Shane Bauer over there with Bauer Chiropractic. Springs going to be without number 1, Sam Lucas. He's a 6'1", 180-pound senior guard, and he usually starts for the Ledgers. Not going to be able to go tonight. He had 7 points and 9 boards there in that first game. So there's some production that Springs not going to have here to open up the conference season. That's your Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report. And we'll get to the starters in just a second, but stepping into his role is going to be Ben Baker. So we'll give you a little tease of the starting lineups. But Baker, the sophomore, he was the sophomore that Coach Krieger was talking about, comes off the bench, 16 points, 4 boards, and a couple of assists. And that's always a luxury to be able to bring someone off the bench that's a little bit younger, like Ben Baker, and to have success early on in his high school varsity career. And that's what Ben Baker was able to do. So there you go. Springs 85-60, the win over Cedar Grove, Belgium on Monday. They out-rebounded Cedar Grove, Belgium 53-31. So that might be something to watch now. I mean, these guys rebound as a unit. All of their top 8 players, so top 8 guys. Now, of course, Lucas was one of those. He's not going to go tonight. But they all had 2 or more rebounds. And that may not seem like a lot, but you look around the state, you look around a lot of box scores, there are a lot of games where guards just don't rebound. And that's not the case for Springs. Now, WLA rebounds the ball as a team as well, but, we'll see what happens here tonight. I think the Ledgers, maybe that's a place where they feel like they could maybe have some success, get some second chances, and things like that. When you go to talk about the turnovers, 20 turnovers, Coach Krieger talks about their pace, shooting for 16% was the number. I did the math, just some. I don't know exactly how many possessions they had, but if you factor in their shots taken versus the turnovers, you figure around 90 possessions or so, which, by the way, is a ton in a high school basketball game. That factors out to about 22%. So a little math done there, and it may not be the correct math after all, but certainly a little bit too high for Springs compared to what Coach Krieger is looking for. We're going to take another timeout. We continue with the Integrity Saw into a pregame show. We'll have our second Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. That's with WLA Coach Marty Nell, and that's coming up next. Stay with us.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
When you can't find answers to your recurring health challenges, it can feel like your health and your future are being held hostage. The Wellness Way is a network of health restoration clinics that think and act differently to solve the health challenges others can't. Here, we disrupt the standard approach to care through a combination of testing, individual plans, and one-on-one guidance, putting your health and your future where they belong, in your own hands.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, 0 tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever. The youth sports, right? We support youth sports in all of our communities, sponsoring teams, booster clubs, and then really supporting the schools with some PTO activities where we'll donate to the PTOs as they need. We help sponsor a new playground for one of the schools in Fond du Lac. There's different things that we've done, and I look forward to our ability as we grow to be able to increase that exposure and that opportunity for us to give back to the communities.
Our guest today is Mr. George Kuntz, former Green Bay Packer and current member of the Fond du Lac community. And George's wellness journey is a partnership with the team from Into the Woods Wellness.
My treatment goes back to my days of playing with the Green Bay Packers when I used to get IV therapy for a different reason. And that basically was when my body was depleted of minerals and I was cramping up. I would get an IV to try to put those minerals back into my body so I could be able to perform on Sunday. A lot of people think that, when you get an IV, you're sick for some reason. That's the correlation. And that's just the myth. IV therapy is something preventative, especially if you're working out, you're doing marathons, even if you're just going to the Y. I can tell you this, the food that we're eating now compared to the food that we ate when we was kids, it's more processed now. It don't have the minerals and the vitamins that it once did.
See more of George's journey at intothewoodsjourney.com/George.
Welcome back here. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, second edition of the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile Interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad, his team, they'll make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. Excuse me. This is the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile Interview, edition number 2. Just talked with Coach Krieger and talking now with Coach Marty Nell from WLA. And Coach, hot shooting for Berlin in that first game. What did you, after you got to kind of think about it, kind of digest it a little bit, removed from that game, what do you take away? What's your analysis there of that first game?
With that game, we looked back. Number one, one of our main things this year is no excuses. So we don't make any excuses. Our on-ball defense wasn't great that night. Berlin, all credit to Berlin, though. They came out and they shot well, outplayed us. And I thought they were more prepared than we were.
When you look at Springs, I mean, it's going to be a popular sentiment that Springs is a young team this year, and, they lose a lot. This is a program that at all three levels has not lost many games over the past couple of years. So what do you see? It seems like a balanced attack from them again this year. It always seems like it is. And you certainly know that on the defensive side, they're going to be a tough team to go against for your offense, isn't it?
They will, yeah. I watched the game Monday night. I think Kyle must have played about 12 guys in that game. So they'll have some depth, it looks like. They'll be a little younger than last year. But I always think back. I was thinking about it today. We won 3 straight flyweight championships, and they won 3 straight. So it's been kind of we owned it for 3 years. They owned it for 3 years. So for the last 3 years, we haven't beaten Springs. So we're hoping we can change that.
And what better opportunity tonight? First game of conference play. Get out, jump ahead a little bit. It's kind of one of those games where it feels like a 2-game swing, right, against another team that's contending.
I think with the way we played in our first game, I think the first 4 minutes of this game will tell a lot.
Talk about the performance from Gannon Schwartz in game number 1, 24 points for him. Got to the line like he did down the stretch last year. Just talk about what he was able to do for you guys and then what you expect from him this season.
With Gannon, last year as a freshman, I don't think I yelled at him one time the entire season. I had thrown him in the fire. I didn't know if he was ready or not. He was ready, though. We found that out right away as a freshman that he was ready and mature enough to play at that level. Starting this season, I look back to last year, and if I would have left him on JV as a freshman the whole year, he wouldn't be where he is right now. So for him for him to be where he's at right now is because he got those valuable minutes last season.
Sam was the only talk about Sam Lair here. He was the only non-senior last year to make first-team all-conference. So the only returning first-teamer in the conference this year. From a leadership role, from obviously his offense and his three-point shot is what a lot of people will point to. What do you expect from him, and what do you look from him for his senior season?
Sam's a unique leader. He's not real vocal. He's not gonna be yelling at everybody or anything. He's more of a lead by example guy. But Sam's a legit 3-level scorer. He's gonna be guarded though. He's gonna be the focal point of defenses, especially in conference games. And we're gonna help him deal with that.
Seems like last year, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the vocal leader of this team might be Chop Simmons. What does Chop do for you on the defensive side? He's your leading rebounder so far. Was just one of your top rebounders a year ago as well.
You nailed it, though. He's definitely our vocal leader. He is one of our 3 captains, but I think all the guys in the team look up to him as our leader.
If you could boil it down, and I know there's a lot that goes into winning a game, especially a high-caliber conference game, what if you can say there's one thing you got to do better than you did opening night against Berlin, what is that tonight?
I think, and it's a normal early season thing, but offensively, when you play, especially on a night like tonight, when you play a conference team, they know everything we do. We don't run many set plays, but like a set offense, they know exactly what we do. We know exactly what they do. When your offense or your set plays don't work, that's when your guy's IQ comes into play. That's when they have to make the decisions that make you win or lose the game.
And you got to be comfortable with where your teams come after all these guys. A lot of varsity experience here too, huh?
Yeah, it's exciting. We return our top 3 scorers this year. Having Gannon back for his sophomore year now, I'm excited with where these guys are. We got a little ways to go yet. We're not. I don't feel like we're a polished team yet, but I like the direction we're heading, even though we lost the first game.
There you go. That's Coach Marty Nell. Coach, appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There you go. That's Coach Nell, and that's the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Back with more. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Continues after.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
At our store, it's about the people, and it's about the experience you have from the minute you walk through our doors. It's about serving you and listening to what you came in for. It's having real conversations with people in our community, and it's giving back. It's being a one-stop shop for all your electronic, appliance, and home furniture needs. Since 1922, we've been sharing our knowledge and providing pieces that make your life just a little bit better. Silica for your home.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
Oh, I'm not ready for Christmas this year.
All the decorating, cooking, and shopping to be done.
We don't have time to elf around. We gotta get down to Camera Casino where they got something for everyone on our list.
Cameras, accessories, prints, and photo gifts. Wow, we can get all our shopping done right there and fast. Do you think they have reindeer wash there too?
I'm getting too old for this.
Happy holidays from Camera Casino, now open every day through Christmas.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
Did you know that 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account? That might not sound like a big deal until you have a major medical incident. Many insurance plans can require you to pay almost $9,000 out of pocket, making it nearly impossible to cover that expense. But this doesn't have to be your situation. Introducing MedElite by Evolution Benefits Association. A MedElite membership is a safety net of benefits that helps protect your family, your home, and your lifestyle when unexpected expenses occur. MedElite helps you pay those bills by giving every member access to a choice of benefits, including $10,000 of accident coverage, accidental death and dismemberment, life insurance, and critical illness coverage, and $300 per week disability income. Imagine the peace of mind you'll have knowing that your financial future is more secure, so you could focus on your recovery. That's MedElite.
Welcome back here to Hutter Gymnasium from the campus of St. Mary's Springs. And the captain's meeting out near midcourt right now and getting ready for this one to tip off. We're about 9.5 minutes or so away from starters, anthem, and then we'll tip things off here at Springs. So there you go. You heard from Coach Nell. Heard it was a rough defensive game in the first game of the season. Again, just to remind you, 80-71 loss at Berlin. And a team that comes out of the East Central, and that's a good conference down there as well. And I think Berlin is a team that is usually, they got something to offer usually. But that being said, I think that's a game WLA put on the schedule, and when they saw the team they had coming back, I think that's a game they probably penciled maybe in a win. If I'm just throwing darts here early in the season, it's impossible to tell, without being able to know everything about every opponent. But I think that's a game that WLA will probably feel like maybe they should have won. That all happened despite 24 from Gannon Schwartz and 20 from Sam Lair. Noah Gensler had 14 points in that first game. And then as Coach Krieger, you heard Coach Krieger say earlier in our pregame show, Max Huntsman, Chop Simmons, both 4 points, and then 2 points each for both Marcus Christensen and Sam Ferguson. So for the Vikings, it very much is a three-headed monster if this continues through the rest of the season. And looking back at last year, this is what it was for WLA as well. So I would expect this to continue for WLA. Chop Simmons had 7 boards for the Vikings. Max Huntsman with 6, 5 apiece for both Gannon Schwartz and Sam Lair. And as guards, you got to rebound against Springs. You know that coming into it. You got to bring the lunch pail and the hard hat if you're going to come in here to Hutter Gymnasium and sneak away with a Flyweight Conference win. So that brings us to our International Paper presents Your Keys to the Game. Apply today at jobs.internationalpaper.com. And our keys to the game tonight, I think number 1 for Springs is that turnover number just keeps jumping off the page at me. And is this an opportunistic time for WLA to see Springs where maybe there's still a little bit of jitters, maybe there's still a little bit of nerves, still a little inexperienced here early on in the flyway season? We'll see, but maybe it does match up well for WLA if they can be better on the defensive side of the floor. Or does Springs help WLA get a little bit better at the defensive side of the floor, right? There's like two sides to that same coin. And then for WLA, they got a rebound tonight. Springs out-rebounded Cedar Grove, Belgium 53-31. WLA only got 33 rebounds against Berlin. So for WLA, you got to be able to box out. Can't give Springs second chances and opportunities for the Ledgers here at home. So I think whichever team maybe plays a little bit better defense, and if WLA can get boards, maybe they can sneak out of here with a win. We'll see what happens as we get going. Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report had that earlier. If you're just joining us, Sam Lucas, number 1, 6'1", 180-pound senior guard for Coach Krieger and his crew. He will not go tonight. He's missing this evening, so big loss there out of the starting lineup. Speaking of starting lineups, when we come back from this timeout, we'll have starters for you from here inside Hutter Gymnasium. Stay with us here as we roll on. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, and we're back after this.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Winfield Homes is a locally owned, custom home building company of over 25 years that prides itself on great service, high quality, and providing the best building experience possible. Owners Jim Boudry and Jason Zellner are there for you every step of the way to ensure that your new home is built just the way you've dreamed it to be. With the same passion that they have for their clients' homes, Jim and Jason are proud supporters of and are personally involved in youth sports programs and are truly committed to their success. Winfield Homes wishes you all the best of luck this season.
Wouldn't it be nice to get rewarded for everyday purchases? We agree. With Fond du Lac Credit Union's You Choose Rewards credit card, you'll earn 1 point for every dollar spent. And when you're ready, you can redeem your points for things like cashback, travel, merchandise, and more. Plus, for a limited time only, you can earn 1,500 bonus points on us just by using your card. So if you're ready for a card that rewards you, select Fond du Lac Credit Union's You Choose Rewards credit card. Apply online today or stop in. We are local after all.
Jerry Ty Roofing would like to thank all of the athletes for their efforts in each competition. Jerry Ty Roofing has been in business for 61 years doing residential and commercial roofing. Give us a call at 922-7246. Good luck, high school athletes.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Will Sport by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Will Sport, a premium sports lighting system. Factory direct application and product support, along with its full line of complete LED lighting solutions, will transform your athletic facility to the next level. Create an unforgettable fan and player experience. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit willbrands.com.
Are you unsure of what career path you want to take? Musa Sheet Metal is looking for motivated individuals to join their highly regarded apprenticeship program. Throughout the program, you'll learn the skills to be able to run your own job site. A career at Musa Sheet Metal is a chance to join a driven team working together to design and build products to help build communities. Learn more at musasheetmetal.com. That's musasheetmetal.com.
Build products that build communities. Apply at musasheetmetal.com.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium from the campus of St. Mary's Springs Academy, the Ledgers and the Vikings getting ready to open up flyway play here tonight. Man, it flies by, doesn't it? It just seems like this should be late in February, but we're just getting going here. Calendar hasn't even turned to December, and you got a high-octane matchup here in the Flyway Conference. A couple of teams that are expected to contend for a Flyway championship. Let's get you our Sargento Cheese starting lineups. Start your new career at careers.sargento.com. And our first stringers, if you will, for both of these teams, let's start with the visiting Vikings. Number 2, Gannon Schwartz, is a 5'9 sophomore. Number 4 is Noah Gensler, one of 3 seniors that starts for the Vikings. He goes 6'3". Sam Lair is a senior, 5'11". Wears number 12. Number 13 is Max Huntsman. He's the lone junior in the starting lineup. Goes 6'2", and he'll be, along with Chop Simmons, underneath, expected to give the Vikings a post presence. And then Chop Simmons is number 20. He's a 6-foot senior. 2 Schwartz, 4 Gensler, 12 Lair, 13 Huntsman, and 20 Simmons. And for the Ledgers, number 2, Ben Baker. We told you he's going to be in for Sam Lucas, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore guard. A 6-foot, 165 junior guard is number 3, Ben Anderson. John Kuhn is one of the captains, along with Noah Mowell. Both of them start. 6'2", 190-pound senior guard is John Kuhn. Wears number 10. Noah Mowell's number 21, the leading scorer after one game. Had 22 on Monday. 6'3", 220-pound junior forward. And joining him down there, banging in the trenches, is number 23, Caden Pitts. 6'4", 205 junior forward. There's the starting lineups. Those always presented by Sargento Cheese. So there you go. It's a fascinating matchup, how these teams are going to go at each other and attack each other here early on in this contest. We're going to take a timeout. They got national anthem, and they're going to let announce the starters here in the arena. And when we come back, we'll have more, including our Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King with you here on Radio Plus Info. Appreciate you joining us, and stay with us through the break. Back after this.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we believe in happy accidents, like in 1964, when a Buffalo, New York restaurant owner accidentally bought chicken wings instead of chicken necks. The 60s were a crazy time. Well, decades later, and the mistake-turned masterpiece is now at Pizza Ranch. Introducing our new traditional and boneless chicken wings, tossed in our signature sauces. 2 more ways to get the country's best chicken, available for carryout and delivery. Maybe it wasn't an accident after all, just delicious fate. Pizza Ranch.
Hi, this is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. As an estimator, moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. It's all of your goods on the move or in storage, and you want it cared for, whether it's moving their business, building a new home, moving out of state, moving across town. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple. Guess what? We are hiring at Dufresne Moving and Storage for labor and driving positions. Stop in at 800 Morris Street for an application and interview. Stop now.
We all know the struggle, the ups, the downs, the roundabouts on the journey to losing weight. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak at New Medical Center, and we understand. We've been there. That's why we're proud to offer you a fresh start with our semaglutide weight loss program. Semaglutide, commercially known as Wegovy, is an FDA-approved medication that mimics a hormone your body naturally produces. It helps to curb your hunger, eliminate cravings, and lets you focus on what truly matters, living your best life. But it's more than just a medication. It's about feeling good inside and out. It's about finding your confidence, your strength, and reclaiming the life you've always dreamed of. We've witnessed remarkable transformations here at New Medical Center. Real people, like you and me, taking control of their health, their happiness, and their future. Take it from me, I lost 40 pounds. That's 20% of my entire body weight in 5 months with no change in exercise. It was easy. Begin your transformation today. Call New Medical Center at 920-324-9899 or visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
And we're back here on Radio Plus Info. Jordan King with you this evening. Glad to have you along. We're just about ready to get this thing going. Just a reminder of those Sargento Cheese starting lineups. 2 Schwartz, 4 Gensler, 12 Lair, 13 Huntsman, 20 Simmons. That's for the Vikings. And for the Ledgers, 2 Baker, 3 Anderson, 10 Kuhn, 21 Mowell, 23 Pitts. Those are the starters. If you're just joining us, no Sam Lucas tonight for the Ledgers. He's out. Just about ready for the tip. This is our tip-off, is always presented by Right Way Home Improvement. From doors and gutters to roofs and sidings, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today. Contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999, or visit rightwaybuilt.com. Appreciate you joining us tonight. That's going to wrap up our Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show as all the people here in the stadium meet the Ledgers starters here in the building, and we told you about those already. Also honoring Coach Krieger, and by the way, always a pleasure talking to Coach Krieger. It really is. I know I've said that before, but he's just a fun guy to sit down and talk ball with, and can't think of a more deserving guy to get to number 400, guy that works hard. And like he said, he's got a lot of talent around him, still does, this current coaching staff. You look up and down the line there, Zach Gilgenbach, former player. Aaron Schmitz is part of this. Sam Kuhn, there's a name that we are very familiar with, recent history. Jeremiah Hoffman, there's a lot of guys. Mike Forsyth, you go down the whole thing. I mean, come on now. He's surrounded himself, but good coaches do. And let's get this thing rolling. Flyway conference action starts, and the tip gets won by Noah Mowell. Straight to Ben Baker, and the sophomore probably didn't expect to be starting this early in the season, but here he is. Here goes John Kuhn off a couple of screens. Down the lane, right-hand floater, no good. Rebound fought for, and Max Huntsman clutches it for the Vikings. Here comes Gannon Schwartz, the electric sophomore for the Vikings. Kicks it out. Open 3 for Larry. Missed it. And a rebound cleared from Caden Pitts. Nice defensive rebound there from Caden Pitts. Baker up the floor. Vikings in man-to-man defense with their Kentucky-looking jerseys, the checkers down the side underneath the armpits. And for the Ledgers, a little bit more traditional with the home whites and the blue trim down the side. Oh, nice take, Ben Baker, and he's got it. Ben Baker scores the first points of the night, and an early lead for Springs on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. So those screening actions, getting guys to the middle of the paint, we'll see how the Vikings defend that. I have a feeling that was probably something in that opening night the Vikes wanted to do a little bit better, and we'll see if they can do it better against the Ledgers. Here's first chance for Mowell. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Pitts kicks it out. Shot fake for Anderson. Down the left side, and he scores. 4 quick points for the Ledgers as they score in 2 of their first 3 possessions. And a good start defensively as well for Springs. You always know that's going to be there. 4-0. Here's Gannon Schwartz. Middle of the paint. Kicks it out. Top of the key, Gensler. Gensler with the shot fake there. Drives. Thought about spinning it. Now gets it down to Schwartz. Floater in the paint. This is short. Offensive rebound. Chop. Simmons can't get it to go. And there's a foul on the rebound. It'll keep it down there with the Vikings as Max Huntsman got into position. And see who they whistle that foul on. It's Noah Mowell. Just number 1 on Noah Mowell, with 16:29 to play here early on. So certainly want to keep Mowell out of foul trouble. There's no doubt about that. And Schwartz is going to key things in on the underneath inbound. Lobbed it, dangerous pass, tipped away. John Kuhn almost had it. It fell out of bounds, and a lucky thing for the Vikings that it did. A dangerous pass from Schwartz looking for Lair. Usually it's the other way around on the gridiron. 16:26 left in this first half, and a take from Gannon Schwartz bailed out. He'll go to the free throw line, and they're going to get a foul. I believe that is on Anderson. It is. First foul on Ben Anderson, and first trip to the line for either team. It's Gannon Schwartz. He shot 3 for 6. This is one feature of Gannon Schwartz offense that really progressed throughout the year last year. His ability to get to the rim and have some success getting to the free throw line as well, and gets there early here tonight. First point for the Vikings on the board. And another one forthcoming for Gannon Schwartz. Second free throw looks good, and it is. So Schwartz 2 for 2 to start here and has the Vikings' first points. Nice aggressive drive. And he was rewarded with the free throw line trip. Here's Ben Anderson. Kicks it to the corner. Here's Kuhn. This is what Coach Krieger was talking about. Nice backdoor cut, but Gannon Schwartz gets the steal. Pick the pocket of Baker. Finds Lair, blocked. And, a little contact afterwards. Lair's down. It was a block from John Kuhn, and they're going to say that on the follow-through, it was certainly clean on the block, but on the follow-through, they're going to say there was too much contact from John Kuhn. And I don't think assistant coach Hoffman appreciated that call down there either. So a couple of guys on the Springs bench are not pleased with that, but it sends Sam Lair to the free throw line, and all 3 fouls so far have been called on Springs. I think you could certainly make a case for it. It's one of those where you could even say it maybe isn't even a shooting foul, but it is a foul because there's so much contact, probably have to call something. 4-4 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Baker out to Anderson. Anderson drives the lane. A lot of contact there and good ball movement by Springs. Ends up with Mowell. Mowell down the right side. One-handed pass. Can't get it. It's stolen once again by Schwartz. Schwartz, nice bounce pass. Noah Gensler finishes at the rim. And the Vikings take the lead, a 6-0 run for WLA after Springs started things with the first 4 points of the night. And a nice response after a couple of minutes for the Vikings. Anderson over to Kuhn. Excuse me, that's Mowell. Mowell drives the left side and through the contact. Nice move. Noah Mowell floated in the air and got it to hit. So 6-0 run for the Vikings is snapped there with that Noah Mowell basket. And this one's on the floor. Got to be careful there. Max Huntsman saves it for the Vikings. That's tapped around, and it ends up with Sam Lair. That's good fortune for the Vikings, and they have the lead regained. 4 for Lair here early on. Here's Anderson. Kicks to the corner. And the Vikings staying in this man-to-man defense where they've had some success here early on. And a couple of turnovers also for the Ledgers, which we'll keep our eye on after having 20 in the opening night. They've thrown a couple away. And the difference between the travel and the ones we've seen tonight are the live ball turnovers gets the Vikings out in transition where they've scored 4 easy points. 14:58 to go first half. First foul for the Vikings is whistled on Noah Gensler. And another steal for the Vikings. It was Max Huntsman this time who got into a passing lane on the inbounds pass. Here's Gannon Schwartz initiating things between the circles. A little shimmy shake down to the corner. That's Lair's spot. He hit it. Sam Lair has 7 early points here, and you can't let that guy get going. If he catches fire for the Vikings, it could be a long night for the Ledgers defensively. Here goes Anderson, and he's clutched from Gannon Schwartz. Good call there on the drive, and Gannon picks up his first for the Vikings. Second team foul for WLA. Still only 3.5 minutes into this one. Just getting underway. Caden Pitts is trying to post up, and this is still a little awkward, but got it to go. Caden Krusik into the game for the Ledgers as well. Kicks it over there. Anderson's first crack at a 3, and he got it. Ben Anderson has 5 here early on, 5 of the 9 for the Ledgers. That was good ball movement to get Ben Anderson free off of the inbounds pass. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Tough pass there, collected somehow by Chop Simmons. Can't finish, and Gannon Schwartz going to pick up his second foul here. And that is one where he kind of got the hand caught in the cookie jar, and here comes Marcus Christensen. Schwartz is going to have to take a seat. He is just a sophomore after all, and maybe a little inexperienced there. You want to be aggressive on the rebound, but once Springs had it collected, maybe you just not necessarily have to swat at the ball there, and now he's got to take a seat. 2 fouls here early for Schwartz. Mowell catches outside the perimeter. Coming in also is Freund, by the way, and he has it stripped away. It was Huntsman again. Lair up to Max Huntsman. Huntsman, that's a nice job by Mowell not to get his second foul, and it's tied up. Stays with the Vikings. Nice hustle by Marcus Christensen to keep the possession for the Vikings. That was a terrific defensive play by Noah Mowell. He jumps straight in the air. You own that. Even if you jump and you go straight up, that's not a foul, and that was a nice job by Noah Mowell. Got to be careful. Here's a 5-second call, and right on cue, Noah Mowell part of that as well. So Vikings, after a 6-0 run, and still have a 2-point lead, but you got to bring it every possession against the Ledgers, and This defense is stifling here so far. Down underneath, and another foul as Krusik is grabbed by Christensen. Marcus Christensen off the bench and picks up his first foul. And that is the 4th team foul for the Vikings. So the first 3 fouls called on the Ledgers, last 4 on the Vikings. And Ben Baker back into the game. He'll replace Ben Anderson. 13:44 to go here in the first half. A nice screen action for Mowell. Instead it goes to Krusik. 3 on the way. Missed it. And a good box from Chop Simmons. A good board there. Oh, but the outlet pass is stolen away. Nice play, Ben Baker. Finds Freund. Back to Baker. Down to Mowell. Mowell turns and can't get it to go. I was going to say he gets it down there underneath and gets it to go, but it rolled out. I mean, that was halfway down. Offensive rebound fought for, and it's tied up underneath. Man, I thought that was down. I was getting ready to call it for Noah Mowell. I don't think he can believe it either as he takes a seat. Caden Pitts back into the game. Here's Krusik. Underneath, now getting Baker open. Left wing triple on the way, didn't hit it. Long rebound out to Gensler. Noah Gensler crosses over, poked away. That was last off the Ledgers. I thought it might have gone off of the fingertips of Noah Gensler, but stays with the Vikings. Underneath inbounds coming, and yet again, it will be Marcus Christensen. Christensen bounces to Simmons. Chop with it in the corner. He's guarded by Krusik. Certainly a size advantage there for Chop Simmons if he wants to take it. But the Vikings are going to settle with Sam Lair. Lair down the right side, up with the scoop. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound, Krusik. And here come the Ledgers. They want to run a little bit. You heard there from Coach Krieger in the pregame, they want to get this, they want the pace to be up. A lot of possessions. Here goes Freund. Has it stripped again. And another turnover for the Ledgers. This time Freund has it poked away. Marcus Christensen finds Chop Simmons, and the trailer goes down the lane. It's a foul. Chop Simmons heading to the line, the 3rd trip for the Vikings. They're 4 for 4. Max Bauer is at the table for the Ledgers. Just the first on Caden Krusik, and the 4th on the Ledgers. So Chop to the line for the Vikings. First free throw looks good, and it nestles in. The Vikings, as a team, shot 60% from the line at Berlin. So far, obviously, well above that mark. They're perfect. And Sam Ferguson checking in for the Vikings. We'll see if they let him come in. That was a pretty late sub. We'll see. Now Max Huntsman is coming over. I think the sub maybe was for a different player, but we'll see if Huntsman's got to go to the locker room and clean something up there. It looked like he was holding his head like maybe they're bleeding in some way. And, yeah, he's going to go over there and see if he can get that taken care of, get back out there. And, obviously, everyone always said, keep it off the jersey, right? Make sure you keep that clean. So Sam Ferguson into the game for the Vikings, and the first miss of the line comes 6 free throws in. So a good start from the charity stripe for the Vikings. Here comes Baker. Baker finds Bauer. Max Bauer, crossover between the legs, and it's on the floor, and Marcus Christensen. I don't know if that goes down as a turnover necessarily, but stripped it from Bauer, and then a tie-up gives the ball back to the Vikings. So these two teams defensively look good so far early in this one. Marcus Christensen going to point things here for the Vikings. Down to Lair. Lair, mid-range jumper, floater, no good. Chop Simmons fighting for the rebound. That was a nice job by Freund. Bats it out to Max Bauer. Bauer down the lane. Offensive foul for Max Bauer. And it was Marcus Christensen who got position. And that is the 5th team foul for the Ledgers. Still no foul trouble at all for St. Mary's Springs. But we're going to get a couple of starters back in. Both captains check back in for the Ledgers. Braden Freund and Caden Pitts and Braden Freund will take a seat as we see John Kuhn and Noah Mowell back in for the Ledgers. So a little bit of momentum. This momentum is kind of trying to figure out where it should sit right now. Both teams making good plays on both sides. Here's Chop Simmons underneath, and Chop's got a layup. He's up to 3 points here, and the lead for the Vikings out to 5. Ben Baker, what a feed underneath, and Mowell finishes. What a look from Ben Baker. Baker just slithered into the paint, found a nice passing lane, and the bounce pass was spot on. Crossover here from Christensen, looks to the corner. He lost it, and luckily for him, It was last touched by a Ledger. A couple of times now that Christensen's gone into the lane and kind of lost control a little bit for the Vikings, who have a 3-point lead with 11:46 to play on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Furious pace here early on. We know that's what the Ledgers want, and there's a kick from Noah Mowell. I like what the Ledgers do here on these inbounds plays, these underneath inbounds, which a lot of times a guard throws in. You want a guy who's a proficient passer, which is why it's really nice to have a guy that's big to be your inbounder. Here goes Mowell, steals it away. John Kuhn underneath, kicks it out. Good ball movement, good patience from the Ledgers. Here's a three. Ben Anderson already hit one, got another. Ben Anderson has taken 2 threes. He's hit 2 threes. He's fired up defensively. He's got 8 points, and it's a tie ball game here at Hutter. Crossover, and Anderson this time slaps it off of the leg of Sam Lair, and the tie-up goes back to the Ledgers. Oh my, have a possession and a half there, Ben Anderson. Hits the 3 on one end, and you could just see it. He slapped I don't know if he slapped the floor, or if that was just one big loud clap that he did at half court. He was fired up and tapped it away from Sam Lair. The Vikings without their point guard right now. Gannon Schwartz with a couple of fouls on the bench. This is short, offensive rebound, and Max Bauer couldn't finish it. Kuhn was a little bit short on the 3-ball attempt that time. Here goes Gensler. Gensler to the middle of the paint, and he finishes. Nice response from the Vikings. Get Noah Gensler out in transition. Here come the Ledgers yet again. It never stops with these two. Ben Baker down to the corner. Underneath to Mowell. He establishes, and he gets the foul. Call underneath as Chop Simmons thought he went straight up, but he picks up his first. 16-14 on the Quest Interior scoreboard as we have a minute to catch our breath here with Noah Mowell at the free throw line. He's a load in there, tough to handle, 6'3", 220, and just a junior for the Ledgers. First free throw from Mowell on the right hand, spins in. Beautiful looking stroke. You know, for a big guy as Mowell is, 220, 6'3", I mean, big boy, and his footwork is tremendous. You know that from the football season. And just look at the touch he's got as well. Comfortable shooting the basketball. That one's the curse of the looked like the curse of the commentator. It ends up rolling in, rattles in, but he's got a good-looking shooting stroke, and like Coach Krieger said, a little bit more onus on him to play outside here this year, which maybe is a little bit of a change for him. Here goes Lair down the lane. Nice feed from Huntsman and a good finish from Sam Lair as he nears double figures already nearly 8 minutes into this one. He's got 9 for the Vikings, half of their points. 18-16, Quest Interior scoreboard reads. And here's Ben Anderson. Kicks out to Mowell. Mowell crosses over, working on Simmons. And he's stolen. Nice job, Chop Simmons, that time on the defensive side of the floor. Almost tied it up. And the steal ended up being completed by Noah Gensler. Here goes Christensen. Lots of shimmying, lots of head fakes, but he almost lost it again. And this time, there is a steal. It's John Kuhn. Stole it from Huntsman. Oh, the Euro step. Pretty finish from John Kuhn. Oh, what a move. John Kuhn. Oh, man. You can talk all the accolades you could ever want as a football player, and here he is on the basketball floor. Here goes Mowell in transition. Scoops it up, and he's fouled. He'll go back to the free throw line. Back and forth we go. The heavy clash of the heavyweights here between a couple of teams that think they're going to win the Flyweight Conference. Laconia would like a word. They've entered the chat as well, by the way. Right? 18-18. Here is Noah Mowell, his second trip to the line. He's 2 for 2. And I waited till after it rattled off to say he's 2 for 2. So that was why there was a delay there. Now you can't say it was my fault. 9:47 to play in this very entertaining first half so far. If you're watching from a neutral standpoint, my goodness. Good start to this one. Second one is made by Noah Mowell, and he's up to 7 points here in this first half. Springs takes the lead. First lead for them since 4-0, by the way, or 4-2, I should say. And there's a response from Noah Gensler. He hit the triple. He's up to 7 points. As the three-headed monster for the Vikings missing Gannon Schwartz right now. But the other two doing well. Here's a 3 for Anderson. He's made his first 2, misses that one, and the Vikings almost tipped it out. Gensler secures the board. Vikes lead by 2, 9:16 to go first half. Here's Sam Lair. Shot fake there, drives the paint. Short corner, missed it on the runner. Here's Freund out in transition. Now he's going to slow things down. And good job by Mowell to give him an option. Mowell back to Freund. Down the lane goes Freund up with the left hand. No finish. Offensive rebound. Caden Pitts can't get it to go. Another offensive board and a foul. And Simmons is going to pick up number 2 here on, again, the 2 guys that the Vikings have 2 fouls on, Chop Simmons and Gannon Schwartz. Both guys could have avoided that second foul, and here comes Gannon Schwartz to the scorer's table as Caden Pitts goes to the line. Excuse me, Braden Freund. And he makes the front end. 6'2", 185-pound junior is Braden Freund. And Chop Simmons heads to the bench, so that certainly makes the Vikings lineup much, much smaller with both Gannon Schwartz and Marcus Christensen out there, both 5'9". And another offensive rebound. Huntsman didn't box out. And here comes Freund yet again. Can't get it to go. Offensive board. This time it's Caden Pitts. And there you go. There's the first kind of nudge there from the Vikings that, got to box out. We talked about rebounding in the pregame show. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them. Back with more. Stay with us.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 4 Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, they're making sense of investing. 22-21, Ledgers lead the Vikings on the Quest Interiors scoreboard, and that time it was second chance points for the Ledgers as Max Huntsman, who lost it here. Tough pass from Sam Lair. Lair has it, shovels it to Max Huntsman. Huntsman trapped in the corner. Finds Gensler. Bounce pass across the court. Dangerous play. Christensen has it now. Here's Gannon Schwartz. Got to be careful if you're Schwartz. Not pick up that third foul here in the first half. Crosses over. Working on Freund. Finds Huntsman. Goes off his hands. Shovels it out. Here's the right wing 3 on the way. A little bit short from Gensler. Offensive board this time from Huntsman. And Max Huntsman makes good. On this end of the floor, the Vikings back up by a point. Down to the corner. Shot fake from John Kuhn. Here goes John Kuhn. Whoa, just blowing by guys. And it's once again tapped out by the Vikings. And another second chance opportunity coming for the Ledgers. We said it early on in that pregame show about, the Ledgers out-rebounded Cedar Grove, Belgium by 20. Check that, 22 rebounds in the first game of the season. Miles McCauley going to have to come here for Sam Lair. And we said the Vikings going to have to focus on boxing out, make sure they get your positioning, get your butt into a guy, and the Vikings struggling with that right now. And they're just going to make sure that they got all the blood, sweat, and tears up off the floor. I don't think there's any tears down there, but lots of sweat, and so far for the Vikings, lots of blood. That's Sam Lair's their second guy that's had to leave holding a towel to his face. And so Vikings hoping they can get their senior leader back sooner rather than later. Here's a cut from Caden Pitts. Instead it goes to Freund. Here's Mowell out perimeter working on Huntsman. Caden Pitts gets it. Working on Miles McCauley. Lots of contact, no whistle. And the steal for Miles McCauley with 7:50 to go here in the first. Here's Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz turns the lane. Up with the right hand. No good. McCauley trying to get the offensive board. Instead it's Pitts who corrals it. Into the front court, here comes Noah Mowell. Mowell gets it back after a quick exchange with Pitts and almost pushed him out of the way. Here's Ben Baker. Nice backdoor cut from Freund. Instead it goes to John Kuhn. Kuhn to the middle of the paint. Nice pivot move. Can't get it to go. Just affected enough that time from Noah Gensler that Kuhn couldn't get it to go, and the Vikings retain their 1-point lead. Here goes Schwartz again, up with the right hand on the floater, and he's got it. Schwartz has 4 here in the first half, and the lead for the Vikes is 3. The last 6 Flyway Conference championships have been won by these two schools. 3 for the Vikings, and then the 3-peat for the Ledgers. And someone's trying to break the 7-year tie. Who can win the 7-game series, right? Here is John Kuhn underneath, and a nice move by John Kuhn. He is so smooth with the basketball. He's had a couple of moves tonight. 4 points for John Kuhn. And he is poetry in motion is what they say, huh? Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Has poked away. We'll see. Stays with the the Vikings. Last off the Ledgers that time. The Ledgers are already in the bonus. The Vikings not quite there yet with 6:35 to play here in the first half on the Quest Interior scoreboard. And underneath, Gannon Schwartz going to try to throw it over the outstretched hands of Caden Pitts. He's able to get it to McCauley. Miles McCauley bounces out to Max Huntsman. Huntsman on the drive and kicks it out to Gensler. Nice defensive set here from the Ledgers. Gensler to the middle of the paint. Can't get it to go. It's fought for, and Krusek able to corral the rebound. Here comes Noah Mowell. Nice jump stop. Good pass to Pitts. Kicks it out to Baker. 3 on the way. This is strong from Baker, and it's going the other way. Krusek on the push underneath. Number 2 on Caden Krusek, and I believe that's the first Ledger that has 2. A couple of high-impact players for the Vikings with 2. One is Chop Simmons. The other is Gannon Schwartz. 6:12 to go here in the first half, and it's been a good one so far. Here's Schwartz. Looks down to the corner with Gensler, working on John Kuhn. This defense is just stifling. Christensen almost has it poked away by Krusek. Krusek doing a nice job without fouling. Backdoor cut from Gensler. Gensler middle of the paint, left it short again. That's a couple in a row now for Noah Gensler. Here's Schwartz. He wants his first 3 of the night. He got it. Book it for Gannon Schwartz. 28-24. Schwartz is up to 7 here in this first half. The big 3 for the Vikings, 9, 7, and 7 for Lair, Schwartz, and Gensler. Here's another offensive rebound. Baker has it. Mowell has it. His first 3 attempt of the game comes up short. Another offensive rebound for Pitts. No. Is it out of bounds? Yes, just out of bounds here on this near side. Couldn't tell if Krusek was out of bounds there, and he was. And we're going to see Luke Schwartz for the first time here tonight. He checks in for Caden Pitts. Also the reintroduction for both Ben Anderson and Max Bauer. So a little bit of a smaller lineup here for Coach Krieger, kind of responding to the smaller lineup that the Vikings have out there as well. No Chop Simmons for the time being for the Vikings. Here is Miles McCauley. McCauley gets to the middle of the paint. Backdoor cut for Gensler. Short corner jump shot for Max Huntsman. And Max Huntsman hit it. He's got 4 here in this first half, and the Vikings are going to be looking for that 4th guy all season long. Who's going to step up for the Vikes tonight? It's been a couple of guys, both Max Huntsman and Chop Simmons. Huntsman has 4, Simmons with 3. Here's Ben Anderson on the drive. He's poked in the eye, that time from Marcus Christensen. It'll be the 2nd foul for Marcus Christensen. And he is the 3rd Viking to have 2 fouls, and Christensen's going to take a seat. Here comes number 34, Sam Lair. He's traditionally number 12, but there you go. Got blood on that uniform. Confirmation of that, right? 4:48 to go here in the first half. 30-24 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. That was a foul in the bonus, so 1-and-1 opportunity here for Ben Anderson. Couple of rhythm dribbles, spins the ball on his hand, missed it, and it's last touched by Luke Schwartz. Tell you what, the Vikings continuing to struggle on the glass. They're getting in position, but the Ledgers, their size is the Vikings really having trouble with it on the rebounding side of things. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Down the lane, lost it, out of bounds, stays with the Vikings. That's Gannon Schwartz's game. You know, he can hit the threes. We just saw him hit one from the left, or the right wing, excuse me. But his game, when he's really cooking, he wants to take you on. He wants to take you on the dribble. He wants to get to the rim and see if he can't get to the free throw line as well. That's his game. Schwartz trying to key it in here, looking for Huntsman, now looking for Owen Reibel, fires it up. There's Ben Anderson, poked away by Lair. Anderson saves it. All he can do is launch it back in. It goes straight to Noah Gensler. Gensler fights for it, gives it to Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz blocked from behind. It's Noah Mowell on the block. Out in transition, Coach Nell doesn't like it. Here comes Anderson. Oh, and that was maybe a makeup call, as there was a clear foul underneath. Instead, it's going to be a foul sending Luke Schwartz to the line. And Coach Nell got an explanation he's happy with that time, as good officiating to explain that one away. And really, I didn't see much contact with Gannon Schwartz underneath. I think maybe if anything, you maybe asked for goaltending there, and maybe that's what it was for Coach Nell, because it certainly looked like it was slapped on the glass after it had hit the glass. This is a bonus free throw, by the way, so it's 1-1, and it's missed. So a couple of front ends of bonus 1-1s that have been missed by the Ledgers. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Nice shovel pass. Found Huntsman. Max Huntsman. Nice strong finish from the junior. Huntsman up to 6 points in the Viking lead. Up to 8. It's biggest of the half. Nice defense that time from Owen Reibel for the Vikings. Here goes Mowell working on Max Huntsman. Up and under move. And another offensive rebound. Couple of offensive rebound. Another one for Mowell. And the Vikings are not happy because Max Huntsman's underneath. They thought Mowell caught him with an elbow, and they wanted that to be stopped. It was not. And that might be the third Viking that has to leave with a facial injury. And the Vikes got to be careful now because they're going to have Huntsman out. Huntsman's going to go to the bench. They're going to have both Gannon Schwartz and Chop Simmons out there with a couple of fouls. That bucket has Noah Mowell up to 9 points here in this first half. It was hard to tell. Looked like incidental contact. There's a poke away. No, going to get a foul on the driving Gannon Schwartz. And they're going to say this was a shooting foul as well, so that's important. It's not 1-1 for the Vikings. It's a shooting foul. So 2 shots here for Gannon Schwartz. First foul on Baker, by the way. First free throw for Schwartz is no good.
Now returning for the Ledgers, 22, Caden Pitts.
Pitts returns for the Ledgers. And, yeah, there goes Max Huntsman to the locker room holding a towel to his face. 6-point lead for the Vikings. Make it 7 after Schwartz hits the free throw. He's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. He's up to 8 points. Viking lead is 7 with 3:42 to go on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Almost a backdoor cut there. Had John Kuhn for a second. There is John Kuhn on the cut. And a good pass from Caden Pitts. They share the basketball with the best of them, do the Ledgers. I mean, they had, I want to say, 23 assists on 36 field goals or something like that. Great assist to field goal ratio for the Ledgers in the first game. And here goes Schwartz back to the free throw line. And number 2 on Baker. Quick 2 picked up from Ben Baker. And Schwartz continues to just put pressure on the Ledgers, especially their guards. And this one's missed from Gannon Schwartz. Again, coming into this game, he was 50%. Small sample size, 3 for 6 in that first game. And so far tonight, he's 3 for 5. Here's the second one for Schwartz, and it's good. So Gannon Schwartz up to 9. He joins Lair with 9. 7 for Noah Gensler and 6 for Huntsman. Those are the leaders for the Vikings. 9 for Mowell, 6 for John Kuhn, and 8 for Ben Anderson. Those are the leaders for Springs. Here goes Mowell once again. Just bullying guys down underneath. Chop Simmons fights for the rebound. He can't do anything, or he'll get a foul. Oh, going to get a foul here on Mowell. That's number 2. Offensive foul. It was a close one underneath. And one of the things I am very passionate about is that high school basketball needs a restricted area, restricted circle, and that would have been one of those calls where it goes on the defender because he's underneath, and that's a dangerous place. But anyways, we won't belabor that point. Here's Sam Lair, triple, corner, hit it! Big call on the other end, and a big 3 from Sam Lair. He's got a dozen. The Viking lead is 9. It is their largest here tonight. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll come back with more first half action right after this. Stay with us.
Hey,
Fond du Lac's best-kept secret is no more. Operation Best Chicken and Friday Fish from Massey store is out. Pioneer Pit Stop. Yes, Pioneer Pit Stop has some of the best takeout in town. The best part? No reservations needed. No need to drive halfway across the country. No special dress code, other than you need to be dressed. You're in and out with piping hot chicken or fish that you thought came from a supper club. Of course, fuel, beer, liquor, ice, snacks, groceries, and tons of other things we all need are always in stock. Pioneer Pit Stop, 20 East Pioneer Road across from Tucker's on South Main Street. It's Fishlicious.
Tonight's game is powered in part by Will Sport. Sports lighting and control systems made right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit www.willbrands.com. That's www.willbrands.com. 37-28 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Stick around for our Holiday Automotive halftime show coming up in just a few minutes. Only one timeout used by either coach. And it has been a quick first half here between these two. Got started a little bit late with the JV games running just a little bit behind, as is kind of usual. It's always scheduled for 7:15. It very rarely starts then, doesn't it? Here's Pitts, looks down to the corner. Here's Ben Anderson. Anderson on the drive. Skip past Mowell. Shot fake there. Drives on Simmons. Goes up, and that's going to be 3 on Simmons if they got him. We'll see if he got Simmons or if they got Sam Lair. It's Simmons. That's a big call, and it's the right one. So that's number 10 team foul for the Vikings, and they got to get Simmons off the floor here. Here comes Max Huntsman. Checks back in. Good to see him back out of the over by the trainer's table. 10 points in the first half here for Noah Mowell, as he is just a handful for the Ledgers. Second one for Mowell is good as well. He is 5 for 6 from the free throw line as a team. The Ledgers are 6 for 10 in this first half. Vikings are 7 for 10 by my count. Here's Noah Gensler. He's got 7. Gensler drives the right side, goes up with the right hand, and it's a foul. I think that's Pitts that they got with that one. And it's the number 3, Ben Anderson. That's number 2 on Anderson. 2 for Krusik, 2 for Baker, 2 for Anderson, 2 for Mowell. Foul trouble for the Vikings, 2 for Schwartz, 2 for Christensen, and 3 for Chop Simmons. In the first half, really 3 is the only one with foul trouble. Mild foul trouble if you have 2. There's the first one, good for Gensler. So Gensler up to 8 points, and the Vikings staying hot from the charity stripe. 2:09 to play in the first half. This will match the Vikings' biggest lead of the night, and Gensler is able to do that with the second free throw. 39-30, 2:06 to play in the first half. Gensler almost in a passing lane. Here goes John Kuhn. Kuhn down the paint, kicks it to the corner. Here's the 3 ball. Book it! That's a big one from Braden Freund. He's up to 4 points in this first half. Big triple. And he looks fired up on the defensive side. Here's Gensler, gets it from Christensen. Christensen clears through, bounce pass down to Owen Reibel, and back out quickly to Gensler. Gensler poked away. There's John Kuhn. Kuhn running in transition, gets into the middle of the paint, lost it there, and a travel. Gives it back over to the Vikes. And Schwartz going to return for the Vikings. $1:32 to play here in the first half. Cannot get Schwartz his third, that is for sure. And there was just something said to the Springs bench as the refs walked by there. Couldn't really tell what was going on there. There's a miss from Schwartz. Offensive rebound, Max Huntsman able to finish it. He's got 8 for the Vikings. Here's Ben Anderson. Anderson up the floor. Good defense by Gensler. Instead shovels it out to Pitts. Pitts down to the corner. Here's Anderson. I would challenge Schwartz if I'm Ben Anderson right now. Kicks it down to the corner instead. Caden Pitts drives the lane, goes up with it, leaves it short, and it's last touched by John Kuhn. Back to the Vikings with a 9-point lead. Check that, 8-point lead, excuse me. 41-33 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And Sam Ferguson going to come in here for Owen Reibel. Interestingly enough, Owen Reibel left off the program roster for the Vikings, but We got it all figured out. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. This one's tipped away. Another tip away and steal from John Kuhn. It's tipped away from behind, though, that time from Freund, and it goes back to the Vikings. So the Ledgers still struggling with the turnover bug, and the Vikings struggling rebounding. Those kind of the two keys we talked about coming into this one, and so far have kind of come to fruition. Here's Schwartz. Uses a Lair screen. Pick and roll for Lair. Lair had it poked away. That was Anderson on the steal. Up ahead to John Kuhn. Kuhn. And a travel. I was going to say, that is a really nice job by John Kuhn not to take a dribble there. But no, he traveled. That's what they're going to say. It would have been a for sure foul underneath, too. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz jump stops, kicks it to Ferguson. Sam Ferguson hands off to Gensler between the circles, drives the left side. Kicks it back out to Huntsman, and a travel going the other way. Oh, man. Ledger's got to be careful. There is some activity on the Ledger's bench. Sometimes when you kick your leg up like that and show up an official, that's all I'm going to say. But you got to be careful when you do that. Some officials will feel like you showed them up there, and that was a good call. And these guys have done a nice job here in the first half. But then again, I'm just an unbiased party watching from the sideline, aren't I? 41-33. 17 seconds left, and this should be the last possession, I would think. The Ledgers are going to want to work something good here. That's usually the case offensively, huh? Good analysis there. Here's Noah Mowell between the circles. Kicks it to Anderson. 4, 3, counts down. Here's Kuhn. Long three, and it doesn't go for John Kuhn. So at the halftime, it's an 8-point lead for the Vikings. There was a half of runs there, but the Vikings just able to keep the Ledgers at arm's length there in the first half, and at halftime it's 41-33. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Holiday Automotive halftime show. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight, and we have a lot of basketball left here at Hutter. Stay with us.
Planning to build? Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your visions to reality. You need Pinot. After all, we've been doing it for over 45 years. To start your next project, go to www.rapinno.com and you'll learn about the Pinot difference. Pinot, build better for future generations.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. With access to hundreds of floor plans, they start by getting to know you and your unique needs. Then, with budget, layout, and family in mind, Smith Builders design partners will hand select the best options, customizing them to fit your precise needs. The process continues in their showroom and partner galleries, where you're guided through the products and fixtures on display, customizing each selection in your new home. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
When you can't find answers to your recurring health challenges, it can feel like your health and your future are being held hostage. The Wellness Way is a network of health restoration clinics that think and act differently to solve the health challenges others can't. Here, we disrupt the standard approach to care through a combination of testing, individual plans, and one-on-one guidance, putting your health and your future where they belong, in your own hands.
Add more joy to your holiday season and connect with the road in a new Mazda with standard all-wheel drive. Like the versatile, invigorating Mazda CX-5 Select, now $369 per month. Come be our guest. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and say yes to award-winning hospitality.
You can count on their genuine guest care and no pressure. It's real.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
Add more joy to your holiday season in a new vehicle. Score 4.3% 5-year financing plus hefty bonus cash on GMC Sierra. Get more for your trade and enjoy award-winning hospitality.
We want our guests to feel respected, listened to, and well cared for.
Like they made a great choice.
The vibe here is a real right. It's relaxed, friendly, and welcoming. I'm Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Welcome back here to Hutter Gymnasium. Glad to have you along on the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy this Thursday evening. It is a gorgeous day out there today. And appreciate you joining us this evening. On the Quest Interior scoreboard, it reads 41-33 in favor of the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. And the Vikes were led in that first half by, well, who else? Sam Lair, right? Tell me if you've heard that story before. Lair had a dozen in the first half. Gannon Schwartz had 9 for Noah Gensler, 8 for Max Huntsman, and then Chop Simmons had 3. Simmons and Schwartz had to sit for longer periods than both Coach Nell and Schwartz would like there in that first half. Schwartz picked up the first 2 fouls of the game and had to go to the bench. And then not long after, it was Chop Simmons who got his second foul. For the Ledgers, they ended up with more guys in foul trouble, but certainly no one with 3 yet, and Simmons has 3 for the Vikings. So he's going to have to be careful coming up here in the second half. And really, that's not a spot. You look at this Viking roster, they don't have a ton of size after Huntsman and Chop Simmons. You're looking at Sam Ferguson, the sophomore, coming off the bench, 6'3" sophomore. So we'll see how that certainly plays out here in the second half. Ben Baker, number 2, has 2 points in the first half. Caden Pitts also had 2. There was 4 for Braden Freund. He hit a big 3 in that second half. The Vikings were up by 9. He cut it down to 6 at one point. 6 points for John Kuhn. 8 for Ben Anderson. He hit a couple of threes. First 2 threes he took, in fact, Ben Anderson made. And then Noah Mowell had 11 as well. So there you go. Those are your Holiday Automotive halftime show statistics. And it's time for the Taco Bell trivia. Taco Bell here in Fond du Lac, all the Fond du Lac locations. Order your favorite Taco Bell menu items online. Pick them up at the drive-thru at any of those Fondy locations. Taco Bell, Live Moss. And my question is going to be, the last 3 Flyway championships were won by the Ledgers. The 3 before that were won by the Vikings. Who was the team that won it before that? What was the school that won it before that? And email us, rpvideosports@gmail.com. And if you win, we'll get you some Taco Bell. Take a time out. When we come back, we'll be just about ready to go here for the second half. Stay with us. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Team on top of the game for screen printing, custom awards, signage, and embroidery is Hoppers. Hoppers Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, located in the heart of Fond du Lac, can custom print to 1 shirt or 1,000. Pick from Under Armour, Gildan, Nike, and more. Choose your school for a custom one-of-a-kind look. Need banners, signage, or vehicle wrap? The team at Hoppers does it all. Hoppers Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy at the corner of Main and Merrill, Fond du Lac. Get more now at hopperware.com. That's hopperware.com.
Did you know that 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account? That might not sound like a big deal until you have a major medical incident. Many insurance plans can require you to pay almost $9,000 out of pocket, making it nearly impossible to cover that expense. But this doesn't have to be your situation. Introducing MedElite by Evolution Benefits Association. A MedElite membership is a safety net of benefits that helps protect your family, your home, and your lifestyle when unexpected expenses occur. MedElite helps you pay those bills by giving every member access to a choice of benefits, including $10,000 of accident coverage, accidental death and dismemberment, life insurance, and critical illness coverage, and $300 per week disability income. Imagine the peace of mind you'll have knowing that your financial future is more secure, so you could focus on your recovery. That's MedElite.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. With access to hundreds of floor plans, they start by getting to know you and your unique needs. Then, with budget, layout, and family in mind, Smith Builders design partners will hand select the best options, customizing them to fit your precise needs. The process continues in their showroom and partner galleries, where you're guided through the products and fixtures on display, customizing each selection in your new home. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Here we go.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium, glad to have you along with us. So I asked the trivia question, no responses yet, rpvideosports@gmail.com, rpvideosports@gmail.com. And the question was, who won the Flyway Conference Championship 7 years ago? The last three have been won by the Ledgers. The three before that were won by the Vikings. Who won the one prior to that? That was the senior season of one Blake Bauer, who was a senior that year, and he was a unanimous first-team choice. If you're a Vikings fan, you remember Noah Lorenz? He was a junior that year and was a unanimous first-team all-conference performer. So there you go. Those are maybe some hints. But the last non-WLA or Springs team to win the conference was 7 years ago. And who was that? We'll keep that voting open here into the second half as we get going. On Radio Plus Info. So email us at rpvideosports@gmail.com. 41-33, 8-point lead for the Vikings, and they get the ball here to start the second half. I said that like this is football. It's not. And the first possession goes a-begging for the Vikings as Huntsman misses a short one underneath. And a steal for Chop Simmons. Another turnover for the Ledgers. Here comes Gannon Schwartz. Euro step through the lane up with the floater, no good. Fights for the rebound with Ben Baker, and Baker does a nice job to block him out and get the board. Here come the Ledgers 30 seconds into this second half. Anderson spots up and walked. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these four Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors, Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones making sense of investing. 41-33, Vikings lead the Ledgers. 12 points in the first half for Sam Lair. He's got it now. Dishes down to Gensler. Gensler with the floater. No good. Strong on that one. Rebound fought for. And a foul underneath by Caden Pitts. So first foul of this second half comes on a rebounding foul. And for once, the Vikings are earning a second opportunity. Now it was Chop Simmons who batted the first one, but smallest guy on the floor for, well, or either team gets the offensive rebound there via the foul. Here is Max Huntsman. Huntsman drives the lane, and he traveled that time. Did not keep the pivot foot. 41-33, and still looking for our first points here. Almost a minute into the second half. We've seen some good defense, and we knew we would. Both these teams are good defensively, and the Vikings, they're in a 1-3-1 right now, maybe trying to avoid some fouls, and it works. Here's Anderson turning it over. Schwartz down the lane, through some contact, no whistle, and it's back the other way. It was on the line. 16:50 to go. We're just getting going here in the second half. Schwartz went up and straight up and down were the Ledgers. Nice job once again in transition defensively, for St. Mary Springs. Squaring up here is Ben Anderson. They're going to try to get in the high post. That's where you can start to exploit a 1-3-1, and Mowell's working that high post right now. Get it to the short corner. That's another spot, and the skip pass this time is picked off. Here's Sam Lair. Lair up with the right hand and the finish. Lair's up to 14 points. Short corner and the high post, that's usually where you want to get it against a 1-3-1 zone. And Coach Krieger, this 1-3-1 forces a timeout for Coach Krieger. What does he want? We'll see. 43-33, 10-point lead for the Vikings. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to take it quickly with them. Back with more. Stay with us.
When you can't find answers to your recurring health challenges, it can feel like your health and your future are being held hostage. The Wellness Way is a network of health restoration clinics that think and act differently to solve the health challenges others can't. Here, we disrupt the standard approach to care through a combination of testing, individual plans, and one-on-one guidance, putting your health and your future where they belong, in your own hands.
Welcome back here to Hutter. Glad to have you along with us. And we got a couple of responses. Campbellsport wasn't back in the flyway back then. That was before Campbellsport came back. Laconia, Andrew got it there. Laconia was the last winner of the flyway. That was the 2016-2017 season. And the Spartans think they might have a team that can do it again this year. Here's a three from John Kuhn. Missed it. Strong rebound. No, tapped out this time. Last touched by Chop Simmons. And Noah Mowell earns another possession for the Ledgers with 16:11 to play. Biggest lead of the night so far for the Vikings is this 10-point lead that they have right now. 43-33, and Anderson will trot into the front court. And another tip for the Vikings, another turnover for the Ledgers, and a foul in the backcourt as Gannon Schwartz wanted to get going. And see who that was on. Was it Pitts? Yeah, Caden Pitts. He's got two here in the second half. Both of the team fouls for the Ledgers are Caden Pitts in the second half. And the Ledger's going to stay in man-to-man defense. Gannon Schwartz to the middle of the paint, kicks it to the corner. Three on the way. This is missed short from Gensler. Offensive rebound, this time Chop Simmons. Simmons looking for Schwartz. It's tipped out, last touch by Ben Baker. Stays with the Vikings. $15:47 to play in this second half. It's been a fast-paced game. There's been mistakes made by both teams. It's been physical, as you might expect from a flyway conference game. Here's a short miss from Lair. Rebound, and quickly coming the other way comes Mowell. Down in the corner, nice play by John Kuhn. That's a really mature play from the senior captain for the Ledgers. Caught there in the corner, tough place, and just threw it off of a Viking to earn a side inbounds play. And the Vikings, even though that's kind of an awkward place to inbounds, they're not going to pressure it. Stay in their 1-3-1 look. They have not been able to get the ball to Mowell at the high post. I think if they can, you might start to break this 1-3-1 down. The Vikings are doing a good job of pinching it in. You either got to hit a three here to loosen that up, or you got to get it into the high post. Here's Anderson. Oh, and check that. That's Baker. That's into the backcourt, and it's over and back. So another turnover. This 1-3-1, my goodness, it is proving valuable here for Coach Nell. Normally that's something you go to for a couple of possessions, and after a timeout maybe you call that off, but no, they're going to stay in it, and it's working. 10-point lead for the Vikings. 15 minutes to play in this one. Here goes Gannon Schwartz up the left side of the floor. Here, offensive rebound collected from Simmons. Kicks it out, corner three. Wide open, Sam Lair. Oh, he had it. You can tell Sam Lair just had the trot going on there. Here is John Kuhn. Kuhn up with the rebound, up with the shot, and the rebound down with Max Huntsman. Fast pace here. Here's another three from Sam Lair. Comes up short. Offensive rebound. Simmons again. He's got a couple of them this half. Gets his own rebound here after it was blocked. Schwartz underneath with the rebound. He can't get it to go. Left it short. Chances aplenty for the Vikings that time, but they don't get anything to go. Here's a three from John Kuhn. Corner three. No good. Offensive rebound. Mowell going up at Huntsman. Thought that might fall. But Mowell, is going to go to the line. And the foul is on Max Huntsman. It's the second on Huntsman here in the second half. 46-33 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And Mowell chance to cut into that from the line. First free throw up and good. Oh, he is so sweet from the line. He's only missed one so far. He is 6 of 7 currently from the free throw line and has a chance to get this thing back to an 11-point contest. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when the Vikings get that 1-3-1 set, the Ledgers have had trouble. This is short, and just the second miss from the line tonight for Mowell. Mowell was 6 of 11 from the free throw line in the first game, so a little bit better here tonight, percentage-wise. Here goes Schwartz, and it's just thrown up by Gannon Schwartz that time. And a good rebound from Mowell. Kicks it out. Ben Anderson, big three attempt. Yes, sir. Ben Anderson hits the triple. That's his third of the night. And Anderson's up to 11 points. 46-37. It's no longer a double-digit lead. Back down to 9. This is where it sat for a long part of about the last 5 minutes of that first half. Huntsman catches in the corner. Gets to the middle of the paint. Kicks top of the key. Lair with the shot fake there. High post jump shot for Lair. And it's beautiful. Perfect for Sam Lair, who's got 19. He's up to 7 quickly here in this second half. He's the only Viking, incidentally, that scored in the second half. 48-37 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here's another three. This time it's from Baker, and it's long, but the rebound comes down with Lair on the near side. Outlet pass to Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz crosses over down the lane through some contact. Nice job by Mowell, straight up and down. Out ahead to John Kuhn. Kuhn down the lane. And an offensive rebound. Nice job by Braden Freund to follow up the play. That's why you don't give up when your guy looks like he has a wide open path to the hoop. And Kuhn not able to get that one to roll in, and Freund right there for the putback. 48-39. Here goes Gensler. Gensler to the high post this time. Floater, no good. Gensler thought he was slid under there, and he's going to have a few words for the referee. He should just get back on defense. And there he is, guarding Baker, Here's Anderson. Skip pass to the corner. Good close by Schwartz. Good ball movement. Ends up with Anderson. He's got the hot hand. Another three. Comes up short. And a rebound foul coming back the other way. Schwartz was boxing out Freund, and Freund leaned on him. Just the first on Freund. And Marcus Christensen going to come back in for the Vikings. And Gannon Schwartz is going to take a seat. And I think that's a good job by Coach Nell there. Schwartz was just going at it, trying to force the refs to whistle a foul. He's throwing up maybe some ill-advised shots perhaps. Here is, oh man, he can't miss on Lair. That time Lair missed the wide-open three. It's saved straight to Gensler. Gensler find Huntsman between the circles. Oh, it's picked off by Mowell. Noah Mowell, great defensive play. Here he comes on the right side of the floor. And a block. Count the basket. And the foul. That is a great call. That is a terrific call, as Max Huntsman was late, and you got to be careful with those. You can't slide underneath a guy going to the hoop like that. And Mowell is going to go to the free throw line plus the foul. 48-41 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. That's Mowell's got 3 here in the second half. He's up to 14 on the night. And Caden Krusik going to come back in here for the Ledgers. And Mowell's going to come out as well. If he makes this. Because someone's at I think that's Pitts up there at the table right now. And Mowell has done more than deserved his a break for him. Gannon Schwartz is going to come in as Nell goes small again. It worked in the first half for some time. Go with a couple of, about 3 guards out there, and really you could argue with the way Gensler plays, he was almost a guard out there too. Mowell with the free throw, and it's good. So Mowell will take a seat with 15 points. And they said it's good now. And the Vikings going to come back the other way here. And they need to get something. They need a good offensive possession here, do the Vikings. I mean, they've gotten some points here, but it's kind of coming in scrums. And this is blocked. It's blocked short. Lair thought he was fouled. It wasn't from Freund. Freund's out ahead, and they're going to slow it down yet again. Ledgers trail by 6. At its biggest, the Vikings led by 13 at one point. And It's not a 7-0 run, but it's something like a 9-2 run. Here's John Kuhn. Count the basket and the foul. And this Ledgers crowd is waking up. 11:42 to go. Fouls on Lair. Lair was really frustrated after that three-point attempt. He thought he got hit on the hand by Braden Freund. Refs did not agree. And Kuhn completes the three-point play. He's got 9 for the Ledgers. 48-45. Here comes Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz down the right side. Count it. No. They're going to say it was on the drive, and it'll be underneath for the Vikings. And that is on Braden Freund. Yeah, just confirming that. Second on Freund. Fourth team foul. Anderson checks back in, as does Chop Simmons. Simmons for the Vikings, Anderson for the Ledgers. Here is Christensen. Caught in the corner, gets it out to the right wing. Here goes Noah Gensler. Tough spot there. Jump stops. Finds Chop Simmons. Simmons has it, lost it, and nice play underneath by Caden Pitts. Anderson collects and gets the steal. Down to the corner with Krusik. Bounce pass to Pitts. Pitts looks for Kuhn. Kuhn goes up and gets it. Oh, that's the pleasure of having a tight end on your roster, huh? Oh, my, what a catch. That looked like it was destined for the backcourt. Here's Krusik. Down, look to Pitts. Instead, skip pass to Pitts. Oh, ill-advised that time from Anderson. And it's picked off by Noah Gensler. Here's Schwartz down to the corner. Lair, dribble drive. Kick back out to Schwartz. Schwartz gets to the middle of the paint. Up with the left hand, and that time it was a foul. And I think it was Pitts. It would be his third if it's on Pitts. No, instead it's on Krusik. And Krusik has 3 as well. And Schwartz will go to the line, trying to extend the Vikings' 3-point lead. And not too long ago, you have to almost rub your eyes if you're a Vikings fan, because it's not been long since they were up by 13 points. And now the Ledgers, if Schwartz misses this, have a chance to tie things up on this next possession. Hard to believe. 5 team fouls on the Ledgers, just 3 for the Vikings here in this half. Only players that have 3 in this game is Schwartz hits the second and leads back to 4. Schwartz is into double figures. He's the second Viking to do so. Chop Simmons and Caden Krusik, the only players with 3 fouls for either of these teams. Here's Pitts. Skip pass up to Anderson. Anderson to the high post. Nice jump stop. Looking down to the corner with Krusik. It's tipped by Marcus Christensen. Good defense by the Vikings. Here goes Anderson. Skip pass. Once again, Gensler with a steal, and it was last touched by John Kuhn. The Ledgers are trying to make some really long passes here, and you just wonder if they could dribble the ball a little bit closer. Or, obviously you want to make the quick passes before the zone adjusts, but some of these are they're tough passes to make halfway across the court. Here goes Schwartz, kicks it back out to Gensler. High post jump shot for Gensler. Hangs, and he can't hit it. Nice board from Baker underneath. Ben Baker going to run things up past the timeline. 10:13 to go here in this ball game. Nice cut from John Kuhn. Give and go with Pitts. Goes up. Oh, got hit that time, it looked like, from Chop Simmons, but Simmons was straight up. Here goes Sam Lair. Lair down the lane, up with the right hand. Floater no good. And the Vikings waste the possession. It was a good shot from Lair, but, man, they've taken some quick shots. And that's part of the reason their lead has dwindled, playing right into the pace of the Ledgers. Here's a Caden Krusik 3 on the way, a little bit short. Offensive rebound, John Kuhn! And Kuhn finishes. Kuhn is the 4th player tonight into double figures. He has 11, and Coach Nell wants a timeout. Second Ledger into double figures. He joins Noah Mowell and John Kuhn. Those two each have double-digit points, and the Ledgers back within a pair. 49-47, we're back with more. Take a timeout. Stay with us on Radio Plus Info.
Planning to build? Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your visions to reality. You need Pinot. After all, we've been doing it for over 45 years. To start your next project, go to www.rapinno.com and you'll learn about the Pinot difference. Pinot, build better for future generations.
High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented in part by Willsport. Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit www.willbrands.com. That's www.willbrands.com. 49-47. A few minutes ago, the Vikings led by 13. Now that is just 2 points. And a full timeout taken by Coach Nell, trying to stifle some of that from the Ledgers. All the momentum with Springs right now. What can the Vikings do to get something back to it? Here goes Schwartz down the lane, kicks it out, and this three is short yet again from Sam Lair. He's had a couple of them come up short. A couple of them one was tipped for sure. One he thought he was hit on the arm, but that one he just came up short. Here's a foul on Christensen. It's his third, and that foul was on John Kuhn. And that was a good job by John Kuhn, and maybe a good adjustment, too. I don't know what Coach Krieger was saying in the huddle, but Kuhn came to the ball there as a receiver of the pass, and that's what forced you. If you come to the ball, you can get fouled a lot of times, too. Here's Mowell, skip pass down to Krusik. Krusik with a shot fake, working on Christensen, kicks it out between the circles. Baker back to Krusik, and he's going to drive on Christensen. Krusik and Christensen, that is a handful. Or a mouthful, I should say. Here goes Krusik, and it should be on the floor. It is. Underneath inbounds coming for Springs. A foul there from Sam Ferguson. Should just be the first. Yeah, there you go. Confirmation of that for Sam Ferguson. And they'll kick it to the corner. Oh, if this goes down, that would have been a bad one for the Vikings to give up. They just fell asleep on Krusik. Offensive rebound to Pitts. Kicks out to Baker. Ball movement to Mowell. Mowell looks at Kuhn. Now back to Baker. Good ball movement, good patience by the Ledgers. This time they get it into the high post. Kuhn kicks it out to Mowell. Noah Mowell, big jump stop. Offensive rebound back to Mowell. Can't get it to go. Ferguson fighting for it. Kuhn's got the rebound, and he's just cleared out that time from Ferguson, and he's going to go to the free throw lines. Ooh, they got Christensen. That's the fourth on Marcus Christensen. Sixth team foul as well. The last three fouls have been called on the Vikings. And Kuhn at the charity stripe. This one rattles around and out. I thought that was on Ferguson, maybe clearing out, but it was on the reach-in on the way up for John Kuhn getting fouled there. So missed the first. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. That one misses, but it's tipped out yet again. Here goes Kuhn, and he's fouled once more. Oh, they're going to say that's on the ground. So it's 1-and-1 coming here for John Kuhn. That's an interesting one. He was going up, but it's 1-and-1. That's what the official on the far side decided. I'm not sure how that could be, but interesting. That is the fourth foul on Max Huntsman, by the way. First free throw is good for John Kuhn. And Owen Reibel going to have to come in here for the Vikings as they send their second player with 4 fouls to the bench. That's Max Huntsman. Second free throw here for Kuhn. And it's good. So Kuhn reprises the 2 misses from a minute ago. And he is 3 for 5 from the free throw line. 8.5 minutes to go in this one. It's all knotted up. The Vikings have seen a 13-point lead evaporate just like that. Here goes Gensler. He dribbled out of bounds. Nice defensive set from Springs. And Lair still left that one short, by the way. I always think it's interesting when good shooters get to shoot that after the whistle. Sometimes it can be a confidence booster. That time it came up short for Lair yet again, as it just kind of continues to do. So Baker will try to cross the timeline with a chance for Springs to take its first lead of the second half. Its first lead in some time. I don't have the last lead for them, but it was something like 11-10 or something like that. It was well early in this game, and they had a chance to take it there. Here's Gensler to give the Vikings the lead again. He can't do that. Comes up short. And all the Vikings shots just a touch short. Wonder if the legs are there yet here early on in the season, and that certainly could be the case. Just under 8 minutes to go here on the Quest Interior scoreboard, tied up at 49. John Kuhn cuts through. Instead, it's to Mowell. No look pass here to Anderson. Anderson on the drive. Caught here in the corner. Good trap by the Vikings, but a good job by Anderson to get out of there. And he's going to draw a foul here on Sam Lair and go to the free throw line. Lair rolls his eyes as Ben Anderson walks to the charity stripe.
34, Sam Lair, his third personal.
And this will be the first trip for Ben. Check that. Anderson missed the front end of a 1-and-1 in the first half, and he's got a chance here to make good on that with another 1-and-1 opportunity here in the second half for Anderson, and he does. Rattles on through for Ben Anderson. He's got a dozen. Kuhn, Anderson, and Mowell all in double figures. 12 for Anderson and 12 for Kuhn. Check that, just 13 for John Kuhn. And that missed. Mowell trying to get another offensive rebound. He has, and he's fouled again. That time from Gensler, who didn't block him out on the far side. And Noah Mowell to the free throw line. Oh, man. We talked about it before the game. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but we knew this was going to be something coming in. The Springs is one of the best teams you will find on the glass, at least if Monday was any indication on how this year is going to go. When's the last time you saw someone have 22 more rebounds than their opponent? And Mowell able to get the second one to go. He's had a nice night from the free throw line. We'll get you those numbers at some point. But the Springs lead is now 2, 51-49. Here's Lair. Lair drives the paint, goes up with it. Straight up and down was Pitts. Oh, what a save by Lair. And he gets it to Chop Simmons. That was a great play by Sam Lair. And Simmons finishes at the hole. He's got 5 points, tied back up at 51. Looking for Pitts. Instead, skip pass down to Anderson. Baker, good ball movement. This time it's Pitts. Pitts with the skip pass. Top of the key, Baker. Down to the near side, Mowell. Mowell driving the paint. And, offensive foul on Noah Mowell. There have been, and I'll say this, I don't think, there have been a lot of fouls here where either bench doesn't agree with it. These teams put referees under an immense amount of pressure with how they drive the basketball. And I think these guys have done a phenomenal job tonight. Here goes Gannon Schwartz right on cue. Oh, what a pretty move. Gannon Schwartz has 12. Oh, what a move. You got to be kidding me. Spun it with the English off the glass. 53-51. Vikings retake the lead on a 4-0 run right now. Schwartz closes out on Anderson, working there. Baker has it between the circles, back down to Anderson. He wants to respond with a triple. Oh, rattled out. That was halfway down for Ben Anderson. Thought that was his fourth of the night. Instead, it's an offensive rebound. Here comes Mowell. Mowell can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Kuhn. Stripped by Reibel. And another offensive rebound from Noah Mowell. Mowell had some words there for Reibel laying on the ground. And he finishes 53-53. As Coach Krieger said, this is a healthy rivalry. And you love to see this. Good high school basketball being played here tonight. Here goes Sam Lair down the lane, and they're going to get a ticky-tack one on Lair on the drive. And that is the 7th team foul on St. Mary's Springs. So Sam Lair heads to the free throw line where he was 2 for 2 on the first night and has not, check that, he did get the scoring going here for the Vikings with a pair of free throws. So he's perfect there tonight. Where the Vikings have been very good, by the way. Front end of the 1-and-1 comes up short for Lair again. There's a theme there with the Vikings jump shooters, both Lair and Gensler leaving things short here the last couple of minutes. Here's John Kuhn down working on Simmons, goes up through the contact and finishes with the left hand. That's a good move from John Kuhn. He's got 9 points here in the second half, up to 15 on the night. Here goes Schwartz, backs his man down. Nice backdoor cut and missed that time. Gensler was open. But Schwartz had already looked to that side of the floor. Gannon has it back. Fires it to the corner with Owen Reibel. Reibel gets to the high post. Bounce pass down to Simmons. Simmons on the ground. And Simmons will go to the free throw line. Foul on Ben Anderson, and that's his third. And both teams going to be shooting bonus free throws from here on out. In fact, the Ledgers are going to be in double bonus with the next Viking foul as well. So 5:32 to go in this tight one. And a couple of big free throws here. The Vikings already left the front end out there. And Simmons at least gets the front end. I always think that's such a momentum play. And maybe I make too much of this, but I always feel like the front end of a 1-and-1 is such a momentum shot. If you can make that and at least earn the second one, even if you go 1 for 2, which is what Chop Simmons does here. Oh, an offensive rebound. Back to Simmons from Gensler. And no whistle. Lots of contact. Coach Nell wanted it there. But Simmons not able to finish. Here goes Mowell. Mowell falling out of bounds, and he traveled. Traveled out of bounds. That went in for Ben Anderson as his hot shooting night continues. That one didn't count, though. As Mowell, they said he drug the pivot foot as he fell out of bounds. 1 point lead for the Ledgers. Here's Schwartz. Gives it to Lair. Lair being hounded by Baker. Nice pass into Simmons. Chop Simmons is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. So from here on out, everyone shoots 2 for the rest of the night. And it'll start with Chop Simmons. Caden Pitts picks up his 3rd foul. 4 different Ledgers have 3 fouls. 2 Vikings have 4 fouls, and Chop has 3. Chop Simmons, who's at the line here right now. First free throw for Chop is good. He's 3 for 5 tonight. And Chop has 7 points now. 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in this one. Tie ball game, and it stays that way. Nice job by Owen Reibel. Gets the offensive rebound back to Simmons. Simmons cutting to the hoop, and the Vikings take the lead. Simmons has 6 second-half points and 9 points on the night. 57-55 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Spinning is Anderson. That one's tipped away from Gensler. Gensler and Baker fight for it. Gensler wins that one. Bounce pass up to Lair, and Lair finishes at the rim for the Vikes. Lair has 9 second-half points. He's across the 20-point threshold. He's got 21. Viking lead is 4. It's a timeout for Coach Krieger. It's a full timeout for Coach Krieger. The Viking fans are on their feet, and we need a timeout. We'll get out of the way here, come back, and finish this thing out when we return. 4:38 to go. Vikes lead by 4. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 4 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors. Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellestead. Edward Jones, they're making sense of investing. 59-55 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Both teams are going to be in double bonus after this. The Vikings have 21 from Sam Lair to lead them. And for the Ledgers, 7 second-half points for Noah Mowell has him up to 18. Those are the leading scorers. Kuhn has 15, and Ben Anderson has 12. Those are the leaders for the Ledgers here tonight. Gannon Schwartz is in double figures for the Vikings. Gensler still looking for his first second-half points. As soon as he scores in the second half, if he does, he'll be into double figures as well. Here's a skip pass to Anderson. He's had the hot hand from 3. Dangerous pass, almost picked off by Gensler, and that's tipped out by Sam Lair as Baker was looking back down to Anderson. 59-55, the 4-point Viking lead. It was 13 at one point if you're just joining us, and if you are just joining us, no Sam Lucas tonight for the Ledgers either. Between the circles, this is Baker. Looks to Anderson. Steps into a 3. It looks good. Oh, just a touch strong from Ben Anderson. And the rebound came all the way out to Sam Lair. Up ahead to Schwartz. Up ahead to Simmons. Cutting through his Lair. Lair down the lane. Good job that time from Pitts to go straight up and down. No foul that time. Here's Ben Baker. Check that, Anderson. Anderson down to Mowell. Mowell looks into the high post at Kuhn. Kuhn's working hard at the high post. They get it to him this time. Shovel pass to Pitts, and Pitts traveled. Yeah, he caught it with 2 feet on the ground and then hopped, and that's going to be a travel every time. And that was, Ledger's got to feel like they lost 2 there. It was a beautiful move by John Kuhn. He just got the Viking player that was on the high post, got him on his hip. And Coach Nell wants a timeout ahead of this offensive possession. I think he recognizes it's a big one. Chance to get this up to about 6 points. We're going to take a quick 30 with them. Back after this. Stay with us.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Tonight's game is powered in part by Willsport, sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit www.willbrands.com. That's www.willbrands.com. 3:39 to go on the Quest Interior scoreboard. The Vikings lead by 4 here in enemy territory. And the shovel pass down underneath, and they're going to get a foul. See who they got this on. I think it might be Anderson trailing from behind. Yep, there it is. Ben Anderson. That's his 4th. And so he's going to have to be careful for the last 3.5 minutes. We'll see if Coach Krieger goes to his bench. We're kind of in that point of the game where maybe you just leave him and let him play it out. Same thing with Max Huntsman. We'll see if we see him anytime soon, or Marcus Christensen. Those are the 2 Vikings with 4 fouls that have been sitting for the last little bit of time. So Gannon Schwartz double bonus on the drive was the foul, and Schwartz makes the first. He's got 4 second-half points, 13 on the night. About a week and a half after he dropped 24 in the season opener at Berlin. Second free throw for Schwartz, rattles home. Big couple of freebies there for the Vikings, and they lead it by 6, 61-55. Anderson comes near side to Baker. That's tipped away. Nice job by Lair. He was the first one to get a hand on it. And then it ended up with, I believe, Owen Reibel, who outlet passed it to Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz crosses once, crosses twice. Nice job by Ben Anderson trying to stay with Gannon Schwartz. Gets into the paint, kicks it to Reibel. Over near side, Lair. And Lair is going to spread this thing out. Ooh, careful on the carry, and Coach Krieger wanted it. I'm not so sure he shouldn't have gotten one there. Backdoor cut from Gensler. Gensler, middle of the paint, floater, comes up well short. Offensive rebound, Chop Simmons. Simmons, gets it to go. Friendly roll from Chop Simmons. Simmons has 8 second-half points. He's into double figures with 11. And Lair, thought that was going to be a foul. Almost fouled Baker. 63-55, 8-point lead for the Vikes. Down into Mowell. Mowell, strong move through Reibel. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound claimed by Simmons. And the outlet pass given to Schwartz with 2:32 to go here tonight. Here goes Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz down the lane. That's a charge, I believe. Yes, sir, it is. Going back the other way. Schwartz a little too aggressive that time and gave the ball back after just a couple of minutes. I will say this for Schwartz. He has done a terrific job in this second half after picking up 2 fouls. Probably before, I'd have to look back, but probably before 15 minutes. 3 minutes into the game. It was right away. Schwartz picked up 2 fouls, and that was just his 3rd. So he played a good chunk of this game without fouling, which was the Vikings absolutely needed him on the floor here tonight. Here's Mowell. Nice pass to Kuhn. Kuhn blocked. No, fouled. Gensler picks up his 3rd foul. And John Kuhn goes back to the free throw line. Trying to cut into this 8-point lead that the Vikings have right now. 2:06 to go. If you're the Vikings looking at holding on to a lead, you would hope you would be able to trust any of your top 3 guys, Gensler, Lair, or Schwartz, as Kuhn makes the first free throw here. He's got 10 second-half points, does John Kuhn. Make it 11. Couple of beautiful free throws there. He's up to 17 points. Schwartz catches in the backcourt. Full court press. Backdoor cut from Gensler. Gensler finds Simmons. Simmons up, count it, and the foul. Chop Simmons. Gensler may not have scored here in this half, but Chop has, and he has 10 in the second half. And he's got 13 on the night. Chance to make it 14 here. 3rd foul on Freund, you kind of throw fouls out the window now until it's 5, and they make you leave the floor, I suppose. And Simmons to the line, looking for his 14th point tonight, and he got it. So the Viking lead is back to 9, reminiscent of the first half where the Vikings lived with a 9-point lead for quite a time. Skip pass here to Baker. Baker looks underneath to Pitts, can't get it to him. Instead has to lob it out to Ben Anderson. Anderson, far side with Mowell. Mowell back to Anderson, need a big 3, and he couldn't get it. Offensive rebound, Baker. He's not a big guy, but he's headed to the free throw line. The Vikings lost Ben Baker, and the 5'10 sophomore goes to the line.
34, Sam Lair, that's his 4.
And Lair picks up number 4 for the Vikings, and that was one where I'm not sure who was supposed to have Baker. If it was Lair, he was the closest one to him, and Baker makes the front end of the 2 shots, but that was one where the Vikings, I think that was just a missed matchup out of the zone, which is sometimes a rebounding issue. But the zone's been so good for the Vikings. Speaking of rebounding, can they get this one? It's Owen Reibel, and he traveled. He traveled. Hold on. We'll see. Is this a travel or a timeout? We'll see. Did Coach Nell get the timeout first? They're going to say timeout for the Vikings. That is a monster call. With a $1:38 to go in an 8-point lead, they give the Vikings a full timeout. Well, temperature's got to calm down here, and we'll do the same thing. We'll take a timeout and collect ourselves here as the Springs coaching staff can't believe that was granted. 30 seconds, we're back. Here, it's a good one. Stay with us. This game's not over. A $1:38 to go.
Hey, I'm Jeff Cornelli. I'm the owner of Tavern on the Avenue, Bob's on the Avenue, Just Love Coffee on the Avenue. Just Love Coffee is a franchise out of Nashville, Tennessee. We actually interviewed 30 different people, and these people are above and beyond better than anybody else. 90% of the money that is made in the coffee shop is donated to charities. There's nothing in Fond du Lac like this business. It's very upscale, it's family oriented. We got kids games, the kids can play their games, the families can come here at birthday parties and have coffee at the same time.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium on the campus of Springs. And it's going to be a the timeout was granted to WLA. Are you having fun yet? Holy smokes, what a game. This every possession is critical. It has been critical in this game, and we've seen some sloppy play, make no mistake about it. It does have a touch of an early season feel to it, right? But these two teams have gone at each other. Here is Schwartz working on Anderson. Anderson in the backcourt. Crossing over is Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz down in the middle of the paint. Up with the floater, no good. Tipped around. Rebound out to Baker. Baker with 1:25 to go. He going straight at Sam Lair. Up and good. Strong move from Ben Baker, and it's a 6-point game. That's a great take from Baker, and another full timeout. We're going to continue to catch our breath here and keep adding up some numbers for you as we continue. It's a 6-point lead. That's the only number that matters to Viking fans, is trying to hold on to it. They've already lost a 13-point lead this half. Want to hold on to this one. Back with more after this. Stay with us.
Are you unsure of what career path you want to take? Musa Sheet Metal is looking for motivated individuals to join their highly regarded apprenticeship program. Throughout the program, you'll learn the skills to be able to run your own job site. A career at Musa Sheet Metal is a chance to join a driven team working together to design and build products to help build communities. Learn more at musasheetmetal.com. That's musasheetmetal.com.
Build products that build communities. Apply at musasheetmetal.com.
66-60 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard with 1:21 left. Man, this has been all of the emotions, right? This has just been back and forth we go. And it was a strong move by Baker. I think you could have called a foul on Lair there, but I'm always a fan of keeping the players out on the floor if you can, and there was not enough contact to foul someone out. I know, basketball purists will say, well, a foul is a foul, whether it happens in the first minute of the game or the last, or a guy has one foul or four. But it is. You ref it differently if you've ever reffed anything before. You know that. Here's Sam Lair. Lair pulls it back out. The Vikings are not going to want to go. I think they're going to make the Ledgers foul them, and they'll head to the free throw line for 2 free throws each time. Here's Noah Gensler. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Here is Sam, check that, looking for Sam Lair. Instead got it to Ribel, and Owen Ribel might have been the guy to foul. Instead they foul Schwartz. That's not necessarily a terrible decision from the Ledgers. Lair's 6th trip to the line. Right now he's 7 for 10. So, I mean, he's shot well from the line, 70%, but he has missed the most free throws, tied with Chop Simmons here tonight. Now, when you shoot 10, you're allowed to miss 3. That's for sure. First free throw, big ones here for Gannon Schwartz. He makes the first. He is 4 for 5 in the second half from the line. And here comes his 12th free throw of the night with 52 and change left here in the ball game. Free throw. Schwartz didn't even bother touching the rim on that one. He's got 7 second half points, and he's up to 16 on the night. 52 seconds left. Here comes Ben Anderson. Far side Mowell. The Vikings, if they can avoid giving up threes and avoid fouling, those would be the 2 big things for the Vikings. Here comes Kuhn. Top of the key, Ben Anderson, triple on the way. Comes up short, gets his own rebound. And Ben Anderson dribbles down underneath. Bounce pass back to Baker. Wants a right wing 3. On the way. Hit it! Ben Baker's got some big shots here tonight. Oh, my, Ben Baker. He was scoreless in the second half. He then went to the free throw line on a beautiful take. Then he went back. It looked like he was going to get back to the free throw line. Had a strong take going at Sam Lair. And now what a big 3 that is from Ben Baker down the stretch. Kind of put a star next to that Ben Baker 3 with 32.6 seconds left. If Springs is able to somehow come back and either win or force overtime in this one, they're going to need some help, I have a feeling, from one of the Viking players from the free throw line. And no doubt Coach Krieger using his last time out there to draw up his best press right now and try to get a turnover before you have to foul. But if they're forced to foul, they're going to need some help. But if they're able to somehow get this to overtime or win this game at all, man, you got to look at Ben Baker and his play down the stretch. The numbers, you're going to look at the box score and you're going to say, man, nothing about Ben Baker's box score is going to jump off at you. But that's why box scores lie, right? Man, 6 huge points down the stretch here. And the Vikings just trying to cling on to a 68-63 lead. This has been a treat. It really has. Awesome game between a couple of awesome programs that have been the class of the flyway for the last 7 years. Here is Sam Lair. Lair is trapped. Oh, threw it away. There is Kuhn. Cross-court pass. And it's Baker again. Check that. Anderson. It's Anderson underneath who gets that one. The Vikings threw it away. There's the help the Ledgers needed. Anderson's got a foul now, and Ben Anderson will see his night come to an end right now as he sends Sam Lair to the free throw line. Oh, man. You would not expect that to happen. That was Sam Lair looking to get the ball across the court to Gannon Schwartz. And, oh, man, that's a big turnover. We'll see if that comes back to bite the Vikings. They lead by 3 right now. Lair can help make up for that with a couple of big free throws here. First free throw rattles out, no good. Lair missed the front end of a 1-and-1 a couple of minutes ago as well. So far tonight, 2 for 4. And he only shot 2 free throws in the first game as well. So not a big sample size for Sam Lair. Second free throw, no good. Ledgers are going to have a chance to tie this thing up. They have 15 seconds, no timeouts. To the corner, wide open 3. It's short. Rebound, Chop Simmons. Fought for, and Mowell picks up the foul. Chop Simmons is going to go to the free throw line. With 8 seconds left, this thing's still not over, as Chop Simmons has got to make some free throws. Let's look at Chop tonight. He is 4 for 7 from the line, so anything but automatic. Mowell fouls out on that play. He is the second Ledger to foul out. Oh, my, what a look for Braden Freund, and it looked good. It was just strong. It was dead on line, and just strong from Freund. I thought that was going down. Out of his hands. They break the press, or they break a little bit of pressure. Oh, my. Here is Chop Simmons. He'll have 2 shots from the free throw line. First one. Oh, it rattles around and down. Chop Simmons, you heard in the pregame, he is their vocal leader. He's got 12 points to lead the Vikings in the scoring column here in the second half. And the second one is good as well. So the Viking lead back up to 5. The Vikings know they just can't foul here, and that's what Coach Nell is going to tell them in the timeout. We're going to take 30 quick seconds. We're going to come back, and we're going to preview the end of this thing. 8 seconds left. Vikings lead by 5. Stay with us.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, are you going to come over here?
Back here at Hutter. Oh my, what a game. 70-65 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. If this is what the Flyway has in store for us, oh my. We are in for a treat this season. And Laconia looks like the real deal, right? They certainly do. But these two teams, you're going to have to bring, even for Laconia, you're going to have to bring it to knock these two teams off. And WLA is trying to do something they haven't done in 3 years, which is beat Springs. Last time they won the conference, they beat Springs. Here's Baker, 3 on the way, is a little bit strong, and the Vikings aren't even going to play it. They're just going to let it run out. It's good from Braden Freund, but the Vikings are going to get the win. After the 3 went out, the Vikings just stopped playing because they knew they could just let it go. With no timeouts, Springs had nothing that they could do to stop the clock. So the final here tonight, 70-67. Wow, what a game. What a fun night. And the Vikings put down, they're the first team here this year to stake a flag that they could potentially win this conference. And don't get me wrong, Ledgers ain't going anywhere. This is a team that's going to be dangerous all the way through as well. So final, 70-67. The Vikes get a win. Coming up next, we have our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show, and we'll tell you about that. We'll talk to Coach Nell and for sure talk to a player during our post-game show. Come back and stay with us.
Real estate is something that we are doing together. We're in it together till the end. The best achievement that I can have is when the property successfully closes.
Probably the most rewarding part of my role with Addison Jones and Signature Homes is the ability to take a client from the very beginning stages of building a new home all the way down to the point where we turn the key and move them in and watch their eyes light up as they see the finished product.
Buy it, sell it, build it. That's Addison Jones.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are 2 reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors.
Robert Bruce, located at 976 East Johnson Street. Patrick Elistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 68 North Main Street. And Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium from the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy. Coming up here in the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show, we're going to have Coach Nell and at least one of the Vikings, maybe a couple of them, come on up here. We'll talk about our turning point of the game, our player of the game, give you the final statistics here tonight. This is the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank. Fox Valley Savings Bank. And right over my shoulder, we're going to have Coach Nell and Chop Simmons. They're getting ready to join us. So we are going to, when they get set up here, we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. And when we come back, we'll have Coach Nell and Chop Simmons. Stay with us. Welcome back here to Hutter Gymnasium. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you here on RadioPlusInfo.com. And joining me now is Chop Simmons and Coach Marty Nell from Winnebago Lutheran Academy. They get the win here. Tough place to come play, Coach. And 70-67, the final score. You're able to walk out of here. Got to feel pretty good. You told me pregame, we talked about the history of this conference. You had 3 in a row. They had 3 in a row. During those 3 years, you're not able to knock them off. And it's always nice for you, right, WLA, to come up here, up on the ledge, and to get a win at Springs. It's a tough place to play.
It is. And for us, I'm super proud of these boys. We didn't have our first game last Tuesday. We didn't have the night we wanted to have. Came back, worked hard all week in practice. Don't ask me about rebounding or free throws, please. But we got some fun stuff that we need to get better at. We're going to get better this week. That's my job. Winning these games, that's the kids' job. That's what Chop went out and handled his business tonight, and I'm super proud of him.
One thing I do want to ask you about here, quick, Coach, and then we'll talk to Chop here, is you made the switch to the 1-3-1, and that zone really seemed to give you a little bit of a spark. Can you just talk about the strategy of that? Did you imagine staying in it as long as you guys were able to?
I originally was going to go into that for about 2 minutes. We kind of wanted to see where they put 21 in that formation. We wanted to keep 21 away from the lane as far as possible. And it worked somewhat. It didn't fix our rebounding issues, but it worked enough for us to get the W. So we'll take it.
There you go. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Congratulations on the win. And we'll talk to Chop Simmons now. And Chop, that second half, you had 3 points at halftime. You picked up 3 fouls in the first half. What's your mentality? What's the mindset going into halftime, knowing you picked up 3 fouls, knowing you're playing against one of the better interior presences with Noah Mowell on the other side? What's your mentality going into halftime?
Basically, I just kept doing what I was doing. I mean, fouls that happened in the game of basketball. My team had my back if he beat me, so I was just focused on staying in front of him and not only beat me to the basket. I knew if he beat me to the basket, my help would be there. So nothing really changed for me. I just responded well with the team.
Is there anything you can point to in the second half offensively that gave you more opportunities? You had 16 points tonight, and 13 of them coming there in the second half. What was different in the second half, if anything, or were the opportunities just there?
Well, I mean, Gannon Schwartz, he's a great basketball player. It's hard to contain him out in the perimeter, and as soon as he gets in the paint, if you don't step up from help side, he's going to make it. So if every time he dumped it to me, I was ready. So I'd say that's the biggest part. Just dump downs and stuff like that. We have 4 great wings out there at all times. So I just try to do my part.
When you got a battle like you had to on the boards here tonight, and you were able to get a couple of big offensive boards there at the end. What does that say about your team to just grit out a win like this? You had a 13-point lead, comes back down to being just about tied, and you're able to come back out and get the win.
I was really proud of us, to be honest. We all put our heads together. We were like, all right, we just got to do this. We knew it was going to be a tough one coming into this. Springs is always a tough team to play, no matter what sport it is. So we just had to grit it out and do what we do.
I know Coach said, he doesn't want to know about free throws, but down the stretch, 3 huge free throws. You had the and one, and then you had those 2 bonus ones right at the end of the game there, and you were able to make them. What's going through your mind when you're standing at the line with the pressure on you?
So Coach Schwartz basically just looked over at me, and he's like, you got this, and I was like, all right, it's time to lock in, and I hit him, so that's good, I guess.
There you go. 2 big free throws from Chop Simmons. He helps WLA get the 70-67 win. Chop, congratulations, and we'll talk to you somewhere down the road, all right?
Thank you.
There you go. There's Chop Simmons. Chop had 16 points tonight. We'll get this microphone out of the way here. Chop had 16 points tonight, joined with Gannon Schwartz with 16 points. The Vikings were led by Sam Lair with 21 here this evening. But I think if you're going to talk about a player of the game, you could make an argument for Chop. So I'll tell you what, that's what we're going to do. We're going to anoint Chop our player of the game. We'll tell you more about that when we come back from a break. But just a huge night here down the stretch with Chop Simmons, 13 points of his 16 coming in the second half, and then, as we just asked him about, 3 clutch free throws. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll continue on. Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show continues right after this. Stay with us.
Since the beginning, your curious mind and imagination have guided you, where tools and technology helped you discover the world. At Moraine Park Technical College, you will train on industry-leading machines blended with hands-on learning. World-class instructors will help you shape and design your future in manufacturing. Homegrown, life-ready. Moraine Park Technical College.
Being a smaller organization, I think, gives us such an advantage to be able to adapt to what our customers need, especially at the small business level. They give us feedback on what's important to them and what products and services they need and are important and they value, and we can make adjustments. We can hear our customers as to what they need, and we can make adjustments relatively quickly. I think they see that, they see our flexibility, and they understand this is an organization that wants to work with us. They're not just going to do it their way, they're actually listening and hearing what we need.
Hi, this is Danny and Heather with AirTech Heating. At AirTech, our motto is honesty, integrity, and quality craftsmanship.
When it comes to your home, you want the person working on your equipment to be upfront and tell you what you need.
But also what you don't need. We deliver whatever it takes service to take care of you. Our technicians are NATE certified, meaning they are the most highly trained in the industry to be servicing your equipment.
If you're stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, call our team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our 4th generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademan's and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Will Sport by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Will Sport, a premium sports lighting system. Factory direct application and product support, along with its full line of complete LED lighting solutions, will transform your athletic facility to the next level. Create an unforgettable fan and player experience. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit willbrands.com.
Welcome back here to Hutter Gymnasium, campus of campus of St. Mary Springs Academy, a little ways away from Winnebago Lutheran. But the Vikings able to come up here on the ledge and get it done tonight. 70-67, the final score for the Vikings over the Ledgers this evening, and you've been watching it right here on Radio Plus. This is our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show, and we'll get things rolling with our Marian University turning point in the game. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. And the turning point to the game, I think, has to be, if Springs had come back and somehow gotten this done, you'd have had to have looked at that three from Ben Baker with 33 seconds left. But with WLA getting the win, I think the turning point in this game, WLA had seen a 13-point lead turn into a Springs lead. And then Coach Nell unveiled this 1-3-1 zone. And the zone Springs really struggled with that zone for some time, and WLA was able to stay in it even a little bit longer. You just heard Coach Nell talking about it. A little bit longer than they thought they might be able to stay in it. And certainly that was a big, big point in the game when Coach Nell pulled the trigger and went to that zone. And it could have been Coach Schwartz as well. Coach Craig Schwartz, the assistant, handles a lot of that defensive stuff for the Vikings too, but whoever made the decision, it was a good one. And to stick with it, to have the faith to stay in it, that was also a good decision from the coaching staff at WLA, and certainly part of a reason that the Vikings able to get the 3-point win here on the ledge. The BCI Burke Player of the Game, log on, burkecareers.com. That's BURKE careers.com. And we crown Chop Simmons our post-game, our player of the game. And that's what happens when you come up and talk to us, have a chat with us in the post-game. We have no choice but to give you the player of the game nod. Chop had 16 points, had a really tough assignment on the defensive side of the floor, had to deal with Noah Mowell, Caden Pitts, and the rest of the great players over there for Springs. And certainly played well down the stretch, had 13 of his 16 points in the second half, and a couple of big free throws down the stretch. He's our BCI Burke player of the game. Leb Insurance Group presents our final statistics. Your Med Elite partner, your Med Elite membership is a safety net that helps protect your home, family, and lifestyle. Learn more with the Leb Insurance Group. And we'll start with Springs. And Springs was led by Noah Mowell, but we kind of talked a little bit in the pregame about the three-headed monster that was for the Vikings, and it really turned into a four-headed monster or five-headed monster here tonight. Their starters are the only ones that scored for the Vikings, but really was a three-headed monster to a certain extent for the Ledgers as well. Noah Mowell was the team high with 18 points. John Kuhn scored 11 second-half points. He finished with 17. Ben Anderson finished with 14 points. Ben Baker had 8. Braden Freund had 8. And then Caden Pitts scored a couple of points as well. That's the scoring presented by Leb Insurance for Springs. And for WLA, led by Sam Lair, he finished with 21. Really kind of would have been a shoo-in for the player of the game generally, but if you only look at scoring, it's kind of an incomplete picture, right? We talk about box scores that lie, and that's kind of the case here with the impact that Chop Simmons has on the game. Chop had 16, as did Gannon Schwartz. 9 points for Noah Gensler, and Max Huntsman stepped up with 8 points, all coming in the first half, but able to have 8 tonight for the Vikings. So only 5 Vikings scored, only 6 Ledgers scored. It took something to get on the score sheet here tonight, but both of those, all those players certainly helping out their teams. This is the Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we'll finish things up with our next game broadcast. Stay with us here. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 976 East Johnson Street. Patrick Elistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 68 North Main Street. And Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Here at International Paper, I've gotten much more experience than I have elsewhere. I've seen more in the field than I have anywhere else.
I started from the bottom and I've worked my way up. The people's what make it great. Nobody wants to see anybody fail.
You want a job to where you can display your skills, they can be valued, you can move forward based off your own ability and your ability to learn more. That's IP.
Hi, this is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. As an estimator, moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. It's all of your goods on the move or in storage, and you want it cared for, whether it's moving their business, building a new home, moving out of state, moving across town. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple. Guess what? We are hiring at Dufresne Moving and Storage for labor and driving positions. Stop in at 800 Morris Street for an application and interview. Stop now.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium, Jordan King with you here on Radio Plus Info. Finishing things up here this evening. By the way, we'll give you some scores from around the Flyway before we do leave you one last time here tonight. Laconia beat Mayville 76-63. That may be a little bit closer than maybe I would have expected. Mayville lost a lot last year, and they dropped to 0-4 to start their season. Lemira knocks off North Fond du Lac 72-46, and Omro with a 16-point win over Campbellsport, 59-43, the win for Omro over Campbellsport. And then here tonight, the kind of the showcase game of the night in the Flyway Conference was this one between the Ledgers and the Vikings, and WLA able to get the 70-67 win. AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating, they'll perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to radioplusinfo.com for our full winter schedule, but tell you that tomorrow night, Steve going to be down at Kettle Moraine Lutheran for Waupun at Kettle. And at the same time, Nick's going to be over at Fond du Lac. Fondy hosts Appleton East. By the way, that's a girls' basketball game for Waupun and Kettle, and a boys' basketball game, Appleton East at Fondy. And then for WLA fans or Flyway fans that are tuning into this one, WLA at Waupun, 3 p.m. tip for that one. Steve will be down in Waupun for that game as the tough start to the season for the Vikings continues on Saturday. Berlin's a pretty good team. That Waupun team, we were there last year here on Radio Plus, and that Waupun team is no joke. They got a lot of length, especially at those guards positions, and we'll see how Sam Larrigan and Schwartz, how they respond to some of that stuff. But for the Vikings, no doubt they're going to just enjoy this one here tonight. 70-67 the final score. 16 from Schwartz, 16 from Simmons, and 21 from Sam Lair. They get the win over the Ledgers. Jordan King saying so long. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the guys here helping me out, and appreciate all our sponsors up and down the line. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Vikings get the win, 70-67, and you've been watching on RadioPlusInfo.com. Good night.
Edward Jones Representatives in Fond du Lac, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Fondy Family Dental, Baker Cheese.
Right Way Home Improvement, Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate,
Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell,
Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal, Oil and Propane, Pioneer Pit Stop, Marco Tax Service,
Pizza Ranch, the National Exchange Bank and Trust, Moraine Park Technical College, Silica for your home,
Rademan Stone and Landscape, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Homes, Everson Law Office, Bob's Pizza,
Airtech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Camera Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union.